guys. Welcome to another Sunday night live with the guys. Trucking Shit Show. Got all the notifications. I got both of your guys' notification. Got my notification. Everything seemed to work out perfect. Um, Everything's good, guys. What's going on with you guys tonight?
Damn,
It's a long
D?
day for me.
I'm
Well,
just chilling.
you've been chilling for a long time.
Sure have been, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been chilling for quite a minute now.
Yeah, I'm on doing a 34. So we got John Huntley on here. Good evening, guys. Jonah Green. Good evening. Charles Ferris. What's up, guys? Right Way Truck. What's up? What's good, guys? And Bull of the Woods. So we got a few people up already. Got 10 people on here watching. Barry Powers.
Well,
What's going on? Yep.
welcome you sexy, sexy, sexy people.
This show is going to be about you guys because none of
It's
us really
always
have anything to
yeah.
talk about. No.
We never do though, do we?
Nope.
Well, we wing
No,
it, baby.
but it's
I
more
go
like a Q&A kind of night, I guess.
there from the
Yeah,
beginning.
I think so. Alicio, what's going on? Got Jeff's Lawn and Landscaping. What's up, buddy? John Huntley, Country. You make it to Indy.
Yes, I did. I've been here. I pulled in here right around 6:05, and of course had to rush, go and had to find something to eat for dinner, and transfer the vlog over, do pre-trip, all that good stuff, and yeah. So yeah, I was rushing, but I got here, and I had 23 minutes left on my 70. So I get 10 back. I get 10 back tonight. So I'll have 10, and I'll have 10 and a half. Let's see. 23 right now. I get 10, 23. So I'll have 10 hours and 45 minutes to run tomorrow. Should be plenty. And then I get 8 back the next day. And then I run 8s for the next few days. And then hopefully I can get a trip down to Texas. If I can, I'm taking next weekend off. The whole weekend, Friday to Sunday. I'm taking off.
So, Bull of the Woods, what's up, Fly Rabbit and crew? Hope all is well. Everything's good on our end. Hope things are good with you. So, the right way to truck, I got my international and took it to SRO Logistics. Is that right?
Hey,
Did you get your
congratulations,
international
man.
from, did you get it from SFI or did you buy a used one?
Why do I know that name?
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to figure it out too. I'm sure it's somebody that I might have sent over to
Yeah,
SRO.
I've seen company. I mean, I've seen these comments before, and I've seen that name. I just don't know from where.
Three Honest Goat 3. Homeboy up to think he's a shit. LOL. Okay. Used
Oh,
truck.
what?
Okay, so you got a used truck.
Where'd you get your? Give us a little info. Where'd you get your truck from? Right way. Give us a little info on your truck.
So Keith says, "Good evening, gentlemen. How's everyone?" Just Mono 34. D's still trying to get some work done on his truck, and Country is running on recaps, and he's had a long day.
Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, let's go over our weeks, and again, D, I know you didn't do anything, but I had the biggest week that I've ever had in trucking last week. I did over 7K gross, which I've never done that before. Now that's a big number, I understand, but when it's all said and done, after their 25%, I took about 5,200 home, and then plus another 250 for some detention. So I'm sitting at about 5,450 for the week. I didn't have a bad week at all. It's about time because I had two shitty weeks before that. One week I didn't even get a paycheck, and the week before that, or the week after that, I got a $700 paycheck. So this coming Friday should be pretty decent. What about you there, Country?
I'd say you probably have at least 3K come out this week.
Um, I'm thinking,
5,200, 5,200,
yeah,
52 to the truck, 26. Well, yeah, maybe
about
25.
25. Yeah,
Yeah.
25 is so where I'm looking. What about your week?
Um,
Well, I was actually planning on flying out to DFW this weekend because I was going to pick up a truck for a agent who recently bought it, and it was going to turn out to be a really good deal since my truck was in the shop. He's going to let me use his truck for a couple of weeks. Well, Friday came around and the dealership told me that my truck. Thursday came around. Dealership told me my truck was ready. I waited until Friday just to make sure. Deal got everything with the guy just about settled up, and then I told him, hey, that my truck's gonna be ready later on this afternoon, so I won't be able to do it. Try to find him another BCO because it was another BCO that was needing a truck, and try to connect it with him since I wasn't gonna be able to help him out. And then after I done did all of that, called the dealership back to see what time they want me to come pick up the truck. And they told me come pick it up on Monday because they discovered a couple little things that they want to take care of. So that's why I'm still sitting here. Hopefully Monday I'm out of here. Latest Tuesday, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Who's Jeff Osinga?
It's my SFI rep.
Oh,
So
gotcha. I was like,
somebody in the comments was asking who my contact was. So
gotcha.
we'll get back to this in just a second. The Right Way to Truck says he got his used truck at Charlotte, North Carolina International. Keith says country has had a couple long days now. Kevin's just giving the thumbs up sunglasses. And Right Way to Truck. James, I was in the car last night when you called Todd. Oh, okay. All right. So you were with Todd and Chris.
Yeah, John, these trucks are.
Oh, you know what? You are Chris, aren't you? Right Way to Truck. You are Chris, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Corey says, evening, gents. I already gave you that. Zulu Time is in here.
Zulu, what's up, buddy?
J Squared is in here. They did 75-16 gross and took home 43-11. That's pretty damn good.
Nice.
Jay out there flexing. Oh, Square out there expert flexing.
So Keith wants to know what's wrong with your truck.
Just a couple of things. As you know, used truck, it came with a 60-day warranty, but the first 30 days it's all on them. The second 30 days it's half them, half me, and I ain't want to pay for nothing. So the little issues that I was having, the fifth wheel slide was not engaging. Well, it would engage, but then when I start driving, it'll disengage. So nice little surprise going down the road, and you hit the damn brakes, and all of a sudden you hear a big old crash, and it's the damn fifth wheel. So that's one thing that need to be taken care of. The switches themselves needed to be updated, which to me don't make any sense because they're just switches. It's like they really built in complete obsolescence with a lot of stuff nowadays that are just simple, and it's just ridiculous. Switches need an updating.
Why you trying to make
AC
me
in the back was blowing hot, and that's due to the switches themselves and whatnot.
I got a question there real quick before you continue. Why are you making both of me and James sound like dum-dums using them big old words, obsolescence and shit? What you trying to do? You trying to show off?
How old are you?
I'm old. Okay, I'm
You
old.
should
That's
know.
all that matters.
You should know what the word obsolescence means.
I didn't say I didn't say I didn't know what you meant or what the word meant. I'm just saying, why are you using big words trying to make us
I
look dumb?
assumed that you gentlemen were smart enough to know the words that I'm talking about.
We didn't say we didn't know. I didn't say that at all.
But I'm not trying to make you look like a dum-dum.
You just trying to show off. I saw.
I'm not trying to show off. That's just my vocabulary. Come on, man.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, do your thing, brother. I'm just, you know me. I'm just giving you shit. Go ahead.
I got you, man. But yeah, switches, the fifth wheel slide, all that stuff's been taken care of. I did find that there was some kind of leak on the coolant. They told me that it was just like from an old repair before. But then the reason why I still haven't picked the truck up yet is because on Friday they told me they was going to look deeper into it and they had some stuff that they needed to change on the airline and that. So hey, more power to them. It sucks that I have to sit a couple more days before I get the truck, but I rather it be in a pretty decent condition where I don't have to worry about it moving forward, at least for a little bit. And that way I can only focus on the real issue that's really bugging me is those recap tires. So
all right. So Alicio Rocha says, question for James, and plan on leaving JB Hunt. Is there a way to leaving without having a contract termination put on like they did you? So I'm going to answer that the best way that I know. From what I was told by Human Resources, that goes on everybody's application or everybody's termination when they leave. Now, whether or not they do that to you or not, I do not know. All I know is I didn't really leave on good terms with them. They were very, well, I can't say I didn't leave on good terms. I did leave on good terms.
Oh,
You
yeah,
went away. We lost you,
audio.
James.
There
We
you go. We
lost you.
done lost your audio, man. Yeah,
Nope.
still can't hear you. Go ahead,
We
get out the
lost you.
chat and come back in.
How about now?
There you go. We got
there
you.
you go.
So I left. I won't say on good terms, but I didn't leave on bad terms. They seem to have their own opinions on the way that I left. But
Screw him. You left on James's terms. Is all that matters.
no, I thought I left on good terms. I sent an email to my immediate boss. Got emails back from the two people, my boss and the guy above him, saying that everything was kosher. And then a couple days later, I found out it wasn't.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, sounded professional to me. You contacted him. You just didn't leave him up and
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it sounded good to me when you told me about it.
Hey, you know what, Alicio? Big tip that I would like to give to you before you leave: make sure you already have another company lined up, and all you gotta do is drive your truck from one spot to the other to just throw some stickers on and go. Because that dead space in the middle is, you know, if they're doing stuff like that to James and other contractors, just imagine how much of a headache it would be if you already have your ducks lined up.
So John Huntley says, "Are your truck payments by the month?" I'm assuming he's talking about the gentleman that bought the International. I would imagine that his payments are by the month. If you're talking about the SFI guys like me and Country, and you know, we do have weekly payments.
Yeah, and I know the guy who said he bought his in North Carolina. I'm guessing he got it from the same dealership, not necessarily the same location, but the
International.
same dealership where I got my
Yeah.
truck from. So it's a monthly payment. And listen, Morel, don't you start tonight. Don't you start with me
I'm
tonight.
enjoying Landstar, even though some will say that it's not a company.
Don't you dare start with me tonight.
Okay, so you're not Chris and you're Dante. I see that. You said you're Dante. Green
Green Eye Entertainment LLC.
Okay. What's going on, guys? Green Eye Entertainment. That's an interesting one. Okay.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard. Yes, they are both by the month. Good deal. You'll be happy with the International. Did you get a 2020 like 18s? King JV is on here. Hey guys, I've been running down. James, this is Jose. Hey, what's up, Jose? You said you were going to join in. So Jose is getting an SFI truck, and he's also coming over to F2F. We've talked on the we've texted and talked on the phone both.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
In the right way to truck said yes, it's a 2020. So you got one just like yours there, 18. Yours is a 20, isn't it, or a 19?
It's a 19. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
They ain't no different. I mean, your 19 is the same as my truck. There ain't a whole lot of differences between them through those years.
I just 20. Wish I had the only thing I wish I had was the fifth wheel unlocked, but now I got to get out of the truck and be a trucker and unhook that son.
Oh, that's right. You don't have the button, do you? You don't.
I gotta do it the long way, guys.
Yeah, get your handle so you don't throw your shutter out for the old timer to tell you.
I feel like I'm back in truck back in 2017.
What's up, big guy? How are you tonight, bud? So I got to tell you guys, and I haven't given you guys the numbers, and I don't know if you went back and looked or not, but last week's shit show that we had, that we were all angry with each other and giving each other problems and all kinds of shit, got the biggest amount of views on my channel than any of the other videos that I put on. It was 463 views.
I wasn't mad at nobody, right?
We had a good time. Well, I know Country got a little upset because he didn't call me for like 2 days. I know he was a little upset.
I was not upset, for one, and number two, you're trying to look at him. See what he's trying to do? He's trying to recreate the drama we had last week.
No.
He's back.
No. I'm on a whole different level tonight than I was last week. I was in.
I know you and I were both in the before we even started. We were just had aggravated days. I had an aggravating day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You jerked my chain at the very beginning, man. I was already in a jerk up.
But I learned something tonight with
what's that?
With D, is that we can set up our lives. We don't have to. We can do it backstage. Last week, I didn't see that option to do it backstage.
Oh
This
yeah.
week, all of a sudden, we can do it backstage. I don't have to have you bring me in for me to do it. I can just come into the room, whether you're there or not, and set it up.
Yep. Hmm.
Last week, the option wasn't there.
So Flying Patty says, "Country, keep an eye out for the white mid-roof Columbia with green chicken lights going up 94 north of Windy." I think he means Indy, pulling an FFB trailer.
Oh, okay. Well, bring your happy butt to the OC. I'm right here in the front row, baby.
Have you ever met Flying Patty?
No,
Man, I
not
guarantee you
yet.
he'd be a fun guy to go have a drink with, man, just with some of the comments he puts up here.
All I know is right now the internet's pissing me off. Google's pissing me off because I tell you why. I'm on my Bills game. Refresh. Keep refreshing the page. Right. I got on the page. It was 4:27 to go. Bills had the ball. I had the down and all that crap. We was on the Kansas City 36, and I hit refresh one time. The ball marker disappeared and the down disappeared, and the clock's down to 2:27. I don't know who has the ball. Oh, okay, now it comes back up. 4th and 2 at the KC 26. I'm sorry, we're up by 2 right now. We need to beat Kansas City. I, field goal. Field goal's going. If we kick a field goal, we're going to lose because they're going to go down and score. Oh no, we got 6 plus 6. Woo-hoo. We're 29-21. Get the extra point. Come on, get the
Well,
extra
you're
point.
about 3 minutes ahead of me because I'm watching the game and I'm not to the 29 yet. So
I'm a,
Country's
I,
too busy refreshing that
it
load board.
says it says quarter 4, 2:17 to go in the game. Where you
I
at in the
got
game?
227 fourth quarter.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
Country, you're too busy refreshing that load board. He couldn't be on the phone.
I'm currently refreshing the freaking Bills game scoreboard. What I got on my phone is the chat from you guys, so I can actually see who's chatting it up.
I'm going to answer these questions here in just a second. So
Yep.
here's your long drive. I'm watching it right now. Josh Allen, you're at the 30-yard line, and he runs it in for a touchdown and gets it.
Oh, he ran it in. Okay, cool.
He ran it in, got a touchdown. That's what I just
Do you
watched.
know he is now as of last week? Josh Allen is our second leading rusher all time. I had no clue for
Really?
touchdowns, only behind Thurman Thomas.
Really?
The fuck?
Wow.
Whatever happened to OJ or even?
Yeah, what about OJ? That's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
I would like to just go on the record and let everybody know that I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. But
football.
So
carry on.
Okay.
Mariel says, can you get your own authority with an SFI truck because he saw an SFI truck pulling a reefer with no logos on it?
Yes,
That
you
is true.
can.
Yes, you sure can. You're gonna have to put a big deposit down, like close to 10
Yeah.
grand to do it.
Yeah, I
But
would
you
say
can sure
everybody's
do it.
10K. Yeah.
Okay, right way. I see that. Yeah, you gave me the James Best channel a couple weeks ago. I remember
All right.
that. And
We
thanks
got
for
the
that
extra.
because I've been watching him too.
We got the extra
Oh
point.
yeah,
30
I was
to
on there a couple
21.
days
There is
ago,
no
man.
9-point plays in football, so hopefully we can just stop them and run out the clock. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna shut up now.
Got to
Oh,
Landstar, my guy, was a waste of time. Why waste time? Okay.
Go to Landstar, my guy. Why waste time? I think the T was.
Oh, go to
yeah.
Landstar, my guy. Why waste time? Keith says, can I choose any truck to go through SFI, or is the choice what's on their lot? You
Whatever they
pretty
have available,
Yeah.
they'll
yeah.
give you a list,
Whatever's in
and you
their
pick
inventory.
whatever.
If you
Yeah.
mean, can you go to like Peterbilt dealership and have SFI finance it? No, you can only buy Freightliner International or a Volvo that SFI has in their inventory.
Maybe at Kenworth next year.
Yeah, Kenworth and Peterbilt are supposedly in the rumor mill. I don't know if that's happened yet or
Swift,
not.
Swift is
That's
also adding Peterbilts to their fleets.
if
So,
if they do, I'll grab one.
And
Right when
so
this
let me
race is up.
let me finish. Let me finish
YouTuber
this.
was trying to go to Swift and he got denied.
Yeah, let's finish this question here with Keith. So, Keith, to answer that, it is kind of what's on their lot, but you're going to know what you're getting before you even go there because they're gonna send you pictures of your truck. You're going to have the VIN, and you can make the agreement or disagreement or whatever you want before you even go there. If that's what you're talking about, it's not like you're going to go out on the lot and pick your truck. You're going to know what your truck is before you even get there. At least that's the way it was for me. Is that the way it was for you guys too when you went?
I didn't get no
Yeah,
pick. I
pretty
just said
much.
I want a brand new. I said I want a brand new blue Cascadia. Where do I got to go get it?
Okay. All right. So Green Eyes, have you guys ever seen any changes on the rates?
Well,
The
I haven't
rates are
looked at
going
the
up.
low board.
The rates
I
are going
haven't.
up. The rates are
I,
going up slowly, but not surely. They're not going up drastically. I don't want to get anybody's excitement up, but I mean, there's a few cents here and there that's going up.
Yeah, I just chose not to look at the low board. I just did not. There was no point. I'm
well,
just sitting
from
at
my
home,
point
so
from my perspective, when I'm running through Snyder, I necessarily see loads going up. I just see decent freight that's always been there, but I'm also in the area where those freight normally is, which is usually where I don't want to be, Midwest and North. I want to be South. That's where I want to be. But you've heard me say it on my channel. Do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. I've been up in the North and Northeast for the past 3 weeks, but each week has been a profitable week. So, but it is that time of year too. Freight's going to start moving more, so we're going to see that as a benefit for everybody. Will, but when it comes to the actual rate going up, I, I can't positively say it is. I just know I'm able to run is all.
So, Flying Patty says Wendy is Chirac. Guy with Columbia is Irish as well. Every
Chirac,
morning. Runs up every
Chirac.
morning to Wisconsin.
Or
Yell,
Captain
Captain
Kirk on
Kirk.
the CB. Why'd you stop?
Because you guys were talking. I'll go to the next one. Greetings from
Stop
Illinois.
that! Stop that! Nobody. No, we wasn't talking. We was. I saw part of the comment and I just kind of read it along with you.
I was just correcting you on the word.
I'll let you
That
guys
was
read the
it. It's
comments. I'll put
nothing.
them up. How's that?
How about
Good deal. Go back
no?
to the last comment then.
Okay. Here you go.
Wendy
Right.
is Chirac.
I'm not.
Guy from
Hang on.
Columbia is Irish as well. Runs up
Hang
every
on,
morning to
D. I was going.
Wisconsin. Yell Captain Kirk on the CB and call him
Everybody
North
from my channel,
Cork
if you want to continue to
Wanker.
watch, you go over to James's because I'm bouncing out. Y'all have a good night.
Many swear words I'll follow. Wait, where'd he go?
Being a baby, because here's the thing. I want to read the comments. He bitches at me because he wants me to read the comments, and I read the comments, and you guys interrupt me while I'm trying to read the comments. I can't read the comments when you guys are talking in the background.
Yeah, so what's the next comment?
Go ahead and read it, man. Well, you want the next one up?
Yep. It's a greetings from Illinois, you three lovely truckers. Next comment.
Well, few of us now.
Let's see. I just posted a short video for James Best.
Huh. I'll have to check that out. Best would have a fit. So, Pop Tart, you need to put your channel on here. I don't think I've ever seen it. So I couldn't order a new one with packages I want. I have to choose from what they already have on hand. That's correct.
Pretty much. But they're pretty well decked out, especially the way SFI specs their truck. They're pretty well decked out, so not gonna be missing much.
Things are going to get better real soon. I agree.
I hope so.
I got a steal from Lone Mountain, putting 4K down at $1,700 a month. Yeah, it's pretty good. What truck is it, Merrill?
Nice. Probably another international, maybe.
Carry Me says howdy.
Good evening.
Love and life. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, brother? Jerry Springer's
Brian Jess, Jerry Springer's on. That's right. Freight rates going up will be nice, but I'll be more excited when the fuel prices go down. Well, I agree with that. What happened to Poppy? Haven't seen him. Poppy's in transition to come over to F2, and he'll be here soon. I think this week sometime, Monday or Tuesday. So Mario got a 2019 LT.
Was that an old JB unit? It's probably was an old JB unit.
Well, I guess Country won't be doing shows with us anymore. Huh.
Why? What happened?
I don't know. He just bounced off here like that.
Well, I hope he gets his butt back up on here. We
You
need
know,
the entertainment.
I can only do what I can do. I can only read the comments when I'm able to read the comments. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and when you guys are talking over me, it makes it really hard to do anything. I'm not mad. I wasn't mad to begin with. I was just going to let you guys do what you all do.
Let's go to the next comment. It's Keith Crowell,
I'm working on it.
A26 or Cummins. I'm pretty sure it's a Cummins. If you got it from Lone Mountain, pretty sure it's a old JB unit with the Cummins. They always got Cummins, and they always get Virgin tires, which I always like as well too. So
It don't even look like Country even stayed live. He just went off. Hmm. I'm just
he'll get
double
it.
checking.
He was driving really early today too. So I would see if he is a little tired. It is what it is.
Yeah, he gets a little grumpy sometimes. He'd be mad all he wants to. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just gonna let you guys read the comments. I didn't get mad like I did last week. I just shut up. He's like, "What's the matter?" Nothing's the matter. Go ahead and read the comments.
Well, it's called the Trucking Shit Show for a reason. So if we ain't got a shit show, I don't know what to tell y'all.
See, my wife is even texting me. That's why I don't watch. Well, I got news for you, honey. I didn't do anything this time. Even 18 agrees. I just kept my mouth shut. So
Hey,
Flying Patty says Country needs his beauty sleep. He ran past 2:30 p.m. today, and he was getting a little cranky. Yeah, I guess he was, wasn't he?
uh,
Haha, Flying Patty. I don't want to talk about Country anymore, man. He's a good guy. I got no issues with him. I just
we
can't
love
talk
him.
over both you guys at the same time. It's hard.
Like I
It's
said,
hard. It's hard doing a show with three people too.
it's called the shit show. If it
That's
ain't a
right.
shit show, we ain't doing it right. I'm just
He'll
saying.
come back soon, guys. I don't know if he'll come back tonight. I think he's had enough. You have the A26, don't you, 18? You do have the
Yes, I
A26.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have an old Prime unit, so yeah, they ordered theirs. However, they ordered theirs, and that's what I got.
How strong is F2F in the Midwest? That's where you want to be at, is in the Midwest.
Yeah, Swift getting some Peterbilts and going percentage. Yep, I just mentioned that a little bit earlier. They are getting some Peterbilts, and I did hear something about them going percentage. We'll see how that works.
They've been talking percentage for years. You know that? Years. Even
Mm-hmm.
before I went there, they were talking about percentage. You know, Country, if you're watching, you're welcome to come back in. It's just difficult for me to talk over you two when you guys, I love having you on here. Don't be mad.
Speaking of Swift, I heard there's a famous trucking YouTuber who decided to quit trucking and did something else, and then he decided to apply for Swift, and they shot him down. I guess he's going Trans Am. It's like going from bad to worse, but hey,
He's going to Pam, not Trans Am.
one shoot, does it make a difference? They're all
No, I
Pam
think
Trans
not
Am
paying
don't matter.
Deadhead. I think not paying Deadhead's cause of the load board is going to help. I think not paying Deadhead cause of the load board is not going to help. Well, they've had that load board now for about a year or so, haven't it? Been close
I
to a year.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody
No,
that's over there,
it came out this year, I believe.
I
Yeah,
thought it
because
was like November, December last year.
nah, because we left this year. We left Swift early this year, and they came out with it just a couple months after. I think it was summertime they came out with it,
Okay.
and but we'll see. We'll see what's up.
All right. So John Huntley says, "Come on, Country, get back in here." I agree, man. Swift go into percentage. They're talking about it, and they've been talking about it for a long time. I don't know. I didn't know Pam was still in business. Yeah, they're still in business. They said we're getting it next year sometime. Oh, Joni, you're getting the percentage next year. Okay, well, You only got a couple weeks left for next year's here.
Yeah, I see Pam trucks all over the place. Yeah, they're all over. They're a mega carrier just like everybody else too. So
Yeah, I just texted the country, told him to get his ass back in. See what he says. I see Pam trucks all over the place. I'm sorry, you already said that. Yeah, the shit show ain't the same without you, buddy. It looks like the Bills won.
so I was sitting here, not doing anything all week, and I'm just cruising through YouTube,
Yeah.
just watching different videos, and it seems like a lot of the other side of the aisle, as I would like to call them, are already blaming Trump for a lot of stuff that's been going on lately. And I think they keep forgetting that just because he is been elected as president, he's still not president yet, and we still have an administration that is still responsible up until January. So what's ever going on with the economy and whatnot, it's still their jobs to fix it and take care of it. But they're finding every rhyme and reason to go ahead and blame the guy for anything that's going on in this present time, which is absolutely ridiculous to me because common sense would tell you straight up like he's not president yet. Why are you guys blaming him for how the economy is currently doing when the economy was been going to shit for the last 3-4 years? Well, obviously they're claiming now the economy is going bad and he hasn't been president yet.
I wonder if Stephen Love wants to come in. Text him and see. I know he was on here. So, country, the Bills finger flicking Mahomes. They beat him. Come back and celebrate with him. Blind Patty says common sense ain't so common after all. Ain't that the
I
truth?
believe that. Right on, 100%.
He says this isn't new behavior for them. Pointing the finger has been to go and to move for them for my entire lifetime. Yeah, I agree. That administration is going to get us into war we don't want. Biden told Ukraine to use the USA provided missiles into Russia. You know, John, I was just reading that right before we went live. They're doing everything they can to try to get us into World War III so Trump can take care
And
of it when he
the
comes
sad
in.
thing about that is if they do that, that's already open up. That's gonna open up the can of
All
worms,
right, 18. You froze
position
for a second
towards
there.
us.
Your internet's freezing, man. So, Gigolo or Gigolo Joe, bro, don't you understand the first 4 years of incoming president is all the stuff passed from the previous presidents is the reason why all presidents is must to get to the second term. Yeah. 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 All right. So Stephen Love wants to come in. I'm going to send him a link.
Yeah, says he's going to go to sleep. So like I
Who's
said,
that?
he's been up all day, anyways.
He
He's
texted
been up
you and
since
told you he's going to sleep.
yeah, he's been up since the crack of dawn. So it's like I can understand. He
He,
might be a
I
little bit
texted him. He didn't even text me back, but he's texting you.
It's all right. It's all good.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like I was saying with them trying to if they're asking because basically we're in a proxy war with Russia and by extent China, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we do any direct engagement, it opens up the other side to say, hey, now they're not fighting a war against Ukraine. It's not just a Russia Ukraine war. Now it's going to turn into a world war because now you have America is doing what they're doing. Then the other side and the Axis powers, I guess, the new Axis powers are going to be like, well, if America's coming in and they're actively engaging, what's the point? Also, we got already heard the stories about North Korea sending troops over there to Ukraine to fight, and then Ukraine made a stupid funny video in North Korean language telling them that if they defect, they got warm beds for 'em and 3 meals a day.
Yeah. What's up, Steve?
What's up? What's up? What's going on, fellas?
Good evening,
Oh
brother. How you
wow.
doing, man? You in the truck?
Yeah, man.
Man, how'd you tell us how your week been, man? Made some good money?
Uh, yeah, man. I'm sorry if I sound a little tired. I am, but yeah, just been moving some loads. Did them cable spools, which was a first for me, but I was excited to try it. I volunteered for the load, and that worked out great. Currently in Maryland somewhere.
Dude.
Headed to New Jersey in the morning with some cast iron pipe. And from there, going to Pennsylvania. Then from Pennsylvania to Georgia. Then from Georgia to Missouri. Then from Missouri to Iowa. And then from Iowa to West Virginia.
Mm-mm. Have you ever done suicide calls yet?
I have. I've done quite a few of them. And
Are they as bad as people make them out to be?
uh man, that it's one of those things you need to have a healthy amount of fear and respect for. You never want to get too complacent with them, but if you can, always over secure versus under secure.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever think you got enough. I mean, typically, of course, you want to put 6 chains on them. For me, they're the easiest to secure, but they make me the most paranoid. So,
Yeah,
if
cause
that
you hit
answers
them
your
brakes,
question,
they could just go rolling right into the cab. Yeah.
right? Like the comment says, they're tedious. They're tedious as hell. Um, cause they are a lot of work sometimes, especially when you got to go strap them. Sometimes it's like if it's a shotgun core, you got to you have to strap it, chain it, and then you got to tarp it sometimes too. It's just a lot of work. Um, and but they are very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not comfortable with chains, if you don't care for chains, which me I don't, I know how to do it. I've trained students to do it, but it ain't something I care for, so I don't do coils.
So, which is much more scarier, suicide coils or those rebars or those little skinny pipes?
Coils. Now, rebars like the rebar can be scary if you don't have a like if they're over length or if you don't build a bulkhead to at least stop it from coming through your trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually when you're carrying coils or rebar stuff like that that can usually easily slide, most companies will even tell you not to have a passenger in your truck, and if you do, they need to be in the passenger seat with you at all times and not in the bed. Because obviously, if something come through the back of that truck, it's killing them first.
Mm-hmm.
You're not surviving that, and if that rebar can puncture through that metal, imagine what it could do to your soft skin.
A lot of these trucks nowadays just built out of fiberglass, so
Right, but
it ain't much protection right there.
right, it really ain't. And even with a core, like if you carrying a 40,000 pound, basically a 40,000 pound metal ball on the back of your trailer, and you hit your brakes too hard and those chains snap,
It's over with.
anything that get in his way is getting crushed. That core weigh more than most cars do. It's at 45,000 pounds, and you hit your brakes at 70 miles an hour coming down a mountain. Nothing's stopping that thing. It'll
Yeah, I
fold
couldn't.
anything that
It
gets in
couldn't
its
be
way.
me, man. Man, the fear of God would have done left and came right back into me if I had to take some coils up and down the mountains, especially in West
Yeah.
Virginia, boy.
Oh, I won't do it. I'll barely do a coil on flat land, and of course I drive a lot slower when I have a coil. I maybe don't go no more than 62 or 65. Um, I normally only go to about 68 anyway, even though my truck is uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
That's just saving fuel. I don't see the need to be burning fuel like that. Um, but yeah, man, those things are dangerous, man. But They can pay well, but I don't care. I'd rather avoid it. Man,
Basically they pay well, they just not paying enough.
they're not paying enough. I don't think they could ever pay enough.
Yeah, I
How's
got you.
y'all
I
week been
got you.
huh?
Well,
I had
I'm
a
still,
I had a good week last week.
yeah, I'm still at the house, as you can see.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hopefully
Well,
I get
well,
my truck back tomorrow, man. Just a couple extras. I was supposed to pick it up on Friday, but a couple extra stuff they wanted to take care of. So tomorrow they told me tomorrow's the day. Be back out on the
So
overall,
road.
Zulu wants to know what's your favorite flatbed freight to haul.
um, I mean, most people say lumber is the easiest. I don't really care to haul. Like since I've been at Mercer, I haven't hauled lumber at all.
I heard lumber is
Um,
heavy as shit though.
it's usually heavy, yeah. Um, Favorite freight probably just like steel beams right now because there's not a lot of steel beams or like the pipes I have on me now. Those cast iron pipes. They don't take a lot. Just make sure you're putting your straps, at the right intervals and keep them tight. I mean, it's simple. So I can't say favorite freight, but it's simple. You can go out there and like with the load I have now, it took me what 20 minutes to get that strap down, and I got about
Hmm.
10 straps on it. Throw them, tighten them, and you don't have to tarp it. You're just out the door.
Hmm.
So
So Flying Patty says coils are fine if you screw them right, but oiled rod, just build a bulkhead and then put another just ahead, maybe a foot. I haven't run skateboard in a while, but just drive accordingly.
I mean,
And that
and
just
that's
goes
true,
with what you said. Just drive, 68 or slower miles per hour because of that.
right? And even if you say, "Well, I'm a safe driver. I have no. I'm paying attention. I'm not on my phone. I don't have a reason to be slamming my brakes." We all know four wheelers will jump in front of you and brake check you at any moment.
Absolutely,
We all
absolutely.
know we've all been caught by a stale green light before. Where we think, oh, we got it, we got it. As soon as we get up on it, it changes. And at that point, you can't slam your brakes. If you do, that load's shifting, even if
Man,
you're
I'm
in a
flying
driving
through that
angle.
light. I ain't gonna lie to you. I keep going.
Yeah,
I'm
I
too.
just put on,
I
my
have no.
emergency lights and I keep going. At that point, if you know you can't stop, but
Blow your
yeah,
horn.
like I said, build a bulkhead and you don't have to worry about it.
I
Yeah.
think I think we lost quite a few viewers when Country went off because his stream got canceled out when he left.
I mean, if I knew how to stream it through mine, I would have did it for you guys, but
Gotta have StreamYard to do it. You had StreamYard?
uh, no, I never even knew about it until y'all had me
Yeah.
on last week.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. If you ever want to do lives, just StreamYards is free. I mean, you can pay the $25 a week if you want to, but
It's
honestly, the only
25
thing
a
that you
week.
I'm sorry, a month, excuse me, $25 a month. But the thing is with it, I mean, the only thing you're really getting is being able to broadcast several people like what I'm doing, and you get your
Mhm.
logo up in the top of the screen. That's really it. You can do the free one and pretty much do everything that I'm doing. I mean, the
Okay.
first couple months that I did this, I used the free one.
Okay. Well, yeah, it may be something I invest in because, you know, definitely not trying to step on you guys' territory, but I would like to host some lives and stuff like that in the future
Hey,
myself.
you ain't
Hey, you're
stepping
not
on nobody's
you're not
foot,
stepping
man.
on anybody's, man. Everybody does lives.
But yeah,
Everybody does lives.
I've definitely been wanting to do that.
It's a
And
great
what
way to
what what
interact with
benefits
your viewers too. So
and what benefits you is when like right now 18's streaming this on his channel too, so all his viewers are watching this too. And then when you do
all
yours,
three of them.
yeah, we can do it.
that's all right.
It is better than none. So
So Key says, what is your channel? If you want to post your channel up there on the comments,
Uh,
or 18, you can do it if you want to. If
yeah,
you got it.
yeah,
1 second. Yeah, I'll get it for
just say
y'all.
because y'all know I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to mess something up
I'm just
like
learning
last
too,
time.
buddy. I wing it as I go myself, bud.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm definitely something I want to get into because I want to start like doing some interviews and stuff like that with people and just try to do something different. I hate feeling like I'm doing the same thing every video. So I want to start getting to some different realms of things and interview drivers or even management at some of these companies, and just get their idea on stuff. Yeah, I live in Pensacola. As far as the comment section,
Yeah.
yeah, I live in Pensacola.
So
Let's see
Um,
Patty says networking is good for all. I agree with you.
it definitely is. Some networking can sometimes get you places, money or whatever. It can't sometimes. It, like they say, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. Sometimes. So yeah, I'm always
absolutely.
up for networking.
So Merrill says, can SFIs get their own numbers on the truck? Like say, I want 109 as my truck number. Um, if you run your own authority, you can put whatever number you want there because every truck has to have a number on there. But if you work for a company, they're going to assign you. I say work for a company, but if you contract your freight through a company, they're going to assign you a number.
Right.
If you got your own
Zulu.
authority, you can do whatever you want.
That's right. You can be truck number one. Zulu says, bro, I've been watched your channel. Really good content and information. He's talking about you, love. Good,
Appreciate that.
good
I
channel.
appreciate any kind of love, whether it's 5 seconds or 5 minutes of somebody time, or whether you just jumped on, hit the like button, and got off. It's
Hmm.
appreciated because that still took time out of your day to do that. So I appreciate it no matter what people do. But I hate to advertise it like that, but I do have some giveaways coming up. But that's going to be something where you're going to have to follow me on my Facebook channel, which is also at Love Life Trucking, to find out more about that. And I'll be posting a video about that soon.
So Keith 18 Wheels just put up his YouTube channel link for you. And 18's not broke down. He's just getting some things fixed on his truck before the 30 days is up when he bought it. He's got some minor stuff that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, taking advantage of that free labor and that free work, get that warranty out the way, you know what I'm saying? Before I
I'm about to
start
take
spending some
advantage of
money.
mine too, because my
So
transmission seems to be slipping right now.
Flying Patty says, she's talking to you there, love. If you see Super
Mhm.
Trucker Dan in Mercertown, ask him for an interview. Feel he has a lot to share when not filming himself.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, even on TikTok, have been asking me, "Have I met him yet?" And I haven't. I've seen some of his videos. I watched a lot of it before I came over to Mercer, and I have not met him yet. And I was just at the Mercer terminal last night in Louisville. Um, I just haven't met him yet. But if I ever run across him, I definitely try to do some kind of collaboration with him.
Okay. He said that he was talking trash about him so long to post the channel link. So he's talking, I guess, talking trash to you, 18 Wheels, for not posting his
It's
channel.
already up there, man.
So
Too late to
Green Eye
return.
Entertainment says, I watch you too, Steve. Thanks for responding to my email.
It's no problem, man. If I'm not driving, I try to respond as fast as I can. Or, usually with anybody, if they have a series of questions, they'll normally just give me their number and say hit them up, or I'll ask for it and we just continue the conversation that way. But yeah, anytime y'all got questions, I'm sure just like these guys here, I'm never irritated to get an email or a text message. If you got a question, I'd love to answer it. And if I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it for you. So yeah, keep the questions coming if you ever have them.
Actually, you and KO, I started watching you guys about the same time period. You were both at Schneider. Weren't you at Schneider too at one time? You were, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you two
when I
were.
first got my SFI truck, that's where I went to Schneider.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's
that's
where I
what.
first saw your videos when
Yeah,
when I went to Schneider and I was looking up Schneider videos. I think that a couple of your
yeah,
videos
because
had popped up.
yeah,
That's where I
KO was
found
at
you.
he was at Schneider before me.
right.
About a couple months before I had got there.
So what I did is I emailed you and I emailed KO right about the same time. You called me back within like 10 minutes. And KO, I mean, it was a day or so before he called me back. Not that that's a big deal, but just giving you kudos because you called me like in 10 minutes when I emailed you that time. That's
Yeah,
been a long time ago. That's been over a year ago now.
yeah, and I mean, I try to be as responsive as I can because I understand some questions, need an answer right now. or whatever like that. So I try to respond as fast as I can, and I apologize to anybody I couldn't get back to fast enough, maybe. Because usually if I can't answer a question, usually actually KO text me. He'll be like, "Hey, so and so said they tried to write you, but you didn't get back to him, so they asked me the question." Or he'll write me and be like, "Hey, so and so was asking for your number. If it's cool if I give it to him." I'm like, "Yeah, man, go ahead." So we try to network
Oh
it, and
man.
even when I went to JB Hunt, James, you had helped me out. You the one that told me about how their load boards and stuff like that work, and was trying to give me some connections over there. So I appreciate what you were trying to do to help me.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That's when I was over. I had just started, and actually you left not too long after I started over there, and I was trying to get you hooked up with the Frito Lay loads is what I was trying to do and help
Oh
you
yeah,
get rolling and
I
stuff.
did get on some of those, but they started drying up. I guess because a lot of people were getting wind of them. So and
Well, me and Chris had an inside. I can say this now because Chris is gone from there now too, starting tomorrow. But me and Chris had upper management helping us get the loads. I don't know if I told you that or not. We were getting the
yeah, you
loads
did.
before they were even posted or even had an appointment or anything.
Yeah,
And
I remember you
now
telling me about a
since
guy named Chris, and then there was a Matt, I believe you told me
Mike,
about too.
Mike,
Mike. Okay.
yeah. So with that being said, within the last 2 or 3 weeks, that has changed, and now they're not allowed to give us those loads before the appointments, and they're actually taking them off drivers. And because of that, not only did I leave well, it's been over a month now since I left, but not only losing Chris, but they're going to end up losing about another 7 or 8 drivers too because of that, just because of that cluster that they got themselves into. But you know, so Green Eye says, James, I appreciate your time for calling me and give me some good information. That's what it's all about, man. That's why we do the channel. What's going on, Chris? Good talking at you last night. Michael says, who's the Steve Harvey look like on the bottom? What's his YouTube channel? We just posted his YouTube channel a little
Yeah,
while
it's
ago. You
I
put it
just
up there
posted it
again.
back up again.
Yeah, there's
um
his YouTube channel, Steve Harvey. So you look like Steve Harvey.
I do not,
uh,
but I wouldn't mind my bank account looking like his.
Yeah, I would like my bank account looking like his too.
Like
So
Billy.
Irishman says, "Hey everyone, so I've been watching Freightways and heard that the founder of Freightways would be throwing his hat into the ring for DOT secretary. I wanted to get your thoughts on that." Um, that's the first that I've heard that. I don't know that. Freightwaves isn't one of the channels that I watch on a regular basis. They sometimes are over anxious with some of their predictions, in my opinion. I mean, they said the freight recession is dead. They did a video a couple weeks ago about it, or maybe last week. I'm not so sure I agree with that totally yet. I'd like to see a few more weeks of everything going up before any decisions like that were being made.
Here's what I would say. Anybody who is in trucking that wants to be DOT secretary, I am all for it. Anybody who's part of transportation, because we see exactly what happens where you just put some bureaucrat in charge of something they don't know nothing about. And we see what the effects are. It directly affects us most of all. And I just go ahead and say I'm so glad that Pete Booty is getting out of here because
Who, Booty Judge?
he has done
He's a
nothing
booty
for us.
judge.
I call him Pete Booty, but
He's
inside
Pete
joke,
Booty
whatever it
Judge.
is.
Yeah.
It just glad for him to be gone, and we have someone else
I'm
that's
just
coming
glad
in.
his I'm
If
just
it's
glad his
somebody
husband
that
had the
has,
baby.
like I said, if
His husband had the baby. You know that, right?
yeah, sure, okay, let's say
Well, I
okay,
mean,
cool.
you've seen him breastfeed him and stuff. You've seen the pictures.
And listen, we don't need no more liberals in an economy that's driven by you know capitalism. Makes
You
no
know,
sense whatsoever.
you'd love it if you had the name Booty Judge. I mean, seriously, back in the day, spring break days, if you had the last name of Booty Judge and you were straight, that'd be a hell of a last name to have. What's your name? I'm Booty Judge.
His name is Buttigieg, not
I
Booty
understand that, but
Judge.
he's Booty Judge. So Irishman says also 18 looks like Vivek is not going to be DOT secretary since he'll be working with Elon.
You know what? It would have been nice for him to be in there. Yes, he had. I like how the guy thinks. You know, it is what it is. But if we want somebody in that position, it would at least be somebody who knows about transportation or just DOT in general, not just some bureaucrat that don't know jack shit about what they're doing.
So Alicia says, I've had many Frito Lays taken away at the last minute. Well, the reason here's the whole thing is um, about Frito Lay loads. And again, I'm telling you guys on this, if you guys work at JB Hunt, be very careful what you say on here because there's a person that comes in here disguised as another person that works for JB Hunt, and he's pretty high up the ladder. Not going to mention any names, but he's pretty high up the ladder. I don't know, somewhere between 1 and 5 in charge, and I don't know exactly where he's at. He makes comments in here, and he knew a lot of personal stuff about me that I did last week, and I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in here. So just to be straight and honest with you, the Frito Lay lows that JB Hunt has, they really would like to give those to what we call the White Volvo Mafia division, which is the guys with their own authority they're constantly late. They constantly don't show up, and when they do they show up in flip flops and other apparel. The company makes a lot more money off of those guys than they do the contractors that actually contract for JB Hunt. Don't agree with it. Matter of fact, all of us don't agree with it that work there, and that's why pretty much everybody's leaving in droves, and it's going to be more and more. And again, I'm not trash talking the company by any means. I'm just giving out straight facts. Flying Patty, putting people in charge of departments they have no experience or knowledge with is straight out of communist woke doctrine and fails every time. Yes, that's correct.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Chris says, look it up. Biden called him booty juice.
I
I
believe I
saw
did
that.
see
Went,
that
oh,
clip.
Pop Tart says potato chips aren't heavy. That is correct. Just about every load that I had with Frito Lay was under 12, 13,000 pounds was probably the max. There wasn't
Great,
much.
good fuel mileage too.
Yep. Yep. It was fun while it lasted. We all knew it wasn't going to last forever. I mean, nothing lasts forever. And we all knew that it was too good to be true. And it was just a matter of, trying to play the game as long as we could. And lucky for us, we had people that helped us out at the time. Now those people are being told not to help us out or help them out, not me, but help them out. And also not to put those loads on the drivers any longer.
It was fun while it lasted, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So about your week, Steve? I don't have any comments. Did you have a good week this past week?
Uh, yeah, everything's good. Like, and met up with a couple other people who, said they have been watching my videos. Exchange information with them. Um, I was at the house this past weekend, as you guys know, went to Golden Corral with my kids. Um,
Awesome.
we watched. We always have a movie night, so I had a family movie night and all that. Other than that, this week's been pretty chill. Like I said, I'm currently having a small issue with my truck. Seems like it keeps skipping gears, but I have a warranty on my truck, so I'm not letting that stress me out at
You
all.
got 10 speed, 12 speed.
12,
Okay.
and so I'm not tripping with that. I have a full under the hood warranty, so tomorrow I'll get that checked out. Still haven't managed to get my hands on an AC compressor for my truck because the clutch broke on it. So me have no air, well, no cold air, and but it's wintertime, so hey, it is what it is. I also realized I ran over a dang railroad spike and it is stuck in my steer tire on the driver's side.
What?
Yeah,
Are you
so
serious?
mm-hmm.
You
Wow.
got to take care of that immediately, man.
Oh yeah. So um
I hear two new stairs are coming on that truck, huh?
How are you even holding the air?
I have no idea. And when I do my pre trips, like I have the air thing. Um so like I have the air thing, so I check it and my air pressure is still holding. But yeah,
Wow.
I have the thing here
You're
to
talking
check
about
it.
one of those big iron spikes, right?
Well, it's not. It wasn't. So it wasn't like the big metal one. So I'm guessing it has something to do. It was just. It just look. Honestly, it just looks like a big giant silver nail.
Okay.
But maybe the head on it is maybe about a little smaller than the size of a quarter.
Do you
But
get like decent discounts for like tires and repairs over at Mercer?
yes, I don't know the exact discount, but I guess I'm about to find out
Oh yeah.
when I go buy a tire. But they do get discounts on parts and stuff like that. Of course, they get big discounts on fuel, but I guess we all do. Um, the biggest discounts with fuels is at Pilot and Flying J, but their discount goes, the TA, petrol, all of those. But the biggest is at Pilot and Flying J.
What do you guys averaging? What 50, 60 cents off the gallon or something like that?
Tend to, yes. In the South is actually can be a much higher. It can be easily over $1. Like in Mississippi, I'm heavy on Mississippi when I go get fuel. I'm like even when I picked up this load that I'm going to New Jersey with now, I waited till I got and I just kind of crawled out of Texas until I got to Mississippi to fuel up in Mississippi because I got fuel there for 268. So why not fill up? You know what I'm saying? So I just crawled till I got there, filled up, and unfortunately the EFS app has been down, and that's what we use to check our fuel rates and prices. So it's been down this weekend. So now it's scary because you're fueling at places and you don't know what your discount is. So
So
that's
Zulu wants to know, what are your thoughts on oversized heavy haul?
it's something I want to get into in the future. Um, Definitely, I've done oversized loads before, as far as like over length. I've never did like over width, but I've done oversized loads. They pay really well. Um, you know, watch your turn radius. But other than that, they pay really well. I think it takes a special people to do those type of loads. If you don't care for chains, I would advise to stay away from it because most of those loads you're going to be chaining like the big giant
Mm-hmm.
tanks and tractors and um, certain stuff. I mean, certain stuff you can strap down and X strap this and do that, but you're going to be chaining most of that stuff like forklifts and cranes. And I think it's cool, honestly. When I see those guys riding down the street, I have to salute them because I don't know if I could ever do it full time. Every now and then, I would love to run a something specialized or like the guys you see with like the giant windmill blades from like ATS and I think Jordan even does them sometimes. But
Oh,
yeah,
ATS is really big on those over-dimensional freight, man.
right.
They got the
And
trucks for it too, man. They got the trucks to match the freight.
right, they have a whole system over there of how you kind of graduate to the next level. But I would love to get into it someday. That's why I did those cable spools, even and that was my first load outside of a coil that you have to completely chain down. And I had never did something like that, and like I said, I volunteered for that load, and it's great. It's not something I do every week, but I definitely, like the challenge of putting it together. That's kind of the kick I get out of flatbed anyway. Is every load's kind of a puzzle you try to put together.
Mm-hmm.
So that there is a challenge and a little bit of fear to it because those cable spools are basically like suicide coils. You hit the wrong bump at the wrong speed, they're gonna be sitting in the passenger seat while you're driving because they coming through there and
So
you
Steve,
nothing you can do to stop it.
I got a question for you, but let me read these comments here real quick and then I'll ask.
Sure.
So I know for a fact, this is what Pop Tart says. I know for a fact I wouldn't be riding around on a bad steer tire. If your passenger side goes, then you're going to go into the trees, and your driver's side goes, you're going into oncoming traffic. Also says you're riding dangerous, and remember your equipment is your business card. Alicia says, funny that you say that. I had a guy from the White Volvo Mafia division ask me to park his trailer at Frito-Lay in Islip, Illinois. I've actually had
Listen,
that happen before too.
I've actually done it for one of the white Volvo. It's funny because it's a
I,
white
I've
Yep.
done it
Volvo.
too. I've done
I've
it
done
too.
it for you're sitting there waiting 20 minutes for somebody to back into a dock that's so damn easy. You just be like, man, come on. Hey,
Steve,
buddy, can you come back this for me, please,
Steve, does
can you?
Mercer have freight going west to Arizona and California in the process of moving New York to Arizona? Believe I'll be back in flatbedding as I'm starting to jiggle swinging doors.
Yes, they do have plenty of loads. They have some they even have some air conditioning unit loads. And I believe they have like a lot of like automotive stuff. They have some military stuff that comes out of like Phoenix, Flagstaff, as far as Arizona. They do have some California loads. I did talk to a guy at the Mercer terminal when I was there for orientation, and he lives in California, and all he does is go from California to about South Carolina. Then I believe he said he goes from South Carolina to Texas, then from Texas back to California, and he just runs like that. And the
Hmm.
guy's, you know, he, he's making dividends doing that. But
Go
for
ahead and
anybody
send him
wondering,
the
yes,
link.
I'm
Let
going to
him
be
get in
getting that
here.
steer tire fixed. I'm getting that tire fixed tomorrow. I'm not trying to ride dirty. God, no, I've had a steer tire blow before. I'm sure we've all been through that. It sounds like somebody throws a grenade under your truck.
Hey,
Buddy,
funny
I had one blow 2 weeks ago, and I just went ahead and replaced them both at the same time.
funny thing, I had that happen to me in the Northeast once. This is when I had the white Volvo. I was not part of the mafia, but I did
Uh-oh.
have a white Volvo.
Who backed your
When I was
truck
at
up for you?
Landstar a couple of years ago, my steer I was sitting there waiting to get loaded, and I believe it was a Frito Lay load as well too that I was picking up, and I was sitting there for like almost the whole day. And I came outside, one of the yard dogs was like, "Hey, your tire's flat." So I got the little air tool. I hooked it up to the airline, aired it back up, and I'm going down the highway, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get down past New Jersey, and I can find me a safe place to park for the night. And lo and behold, I didn't hear a pop. All I felt was the truck just lean a little bit to the right, and
Mm.
then I looked out front, and there goes my tire just rolling
Oh
on down
Lord.
the highway in front of me. He passed the rest area, got him some snacks, and just kept going, just kept rolling
Damn.
down the highway, and I was just stuck there. It was the most
That's messed
hilarious
up.
thing that ever happened to me. But I was thankful because it didn't blow out; it just came off the rim and just said goodbye.
Right. It
So,
has to
Steve,
be.
my question to you is, and I don't know if I've ever asked you this or anybody has. What was the reason that you gave up your SFI truck? Was it just the payment was too high, or is there other issues that you just got rid of it?
No. I mean, while I was working at Schneider, the payment was too high. But that's because the freight was starting to suck there. But when I started working at JB Hunt, I was doing just fine with the truck. Um, the truck didn't have any mechanical issues or anything like that. I honestly only gave it up because I had caught the flatbed bug. And while you can do flatbed with a raised roof truck, like I said, aerodynamics and fuel savings wise, most people do flatbed with a mid roof. That was it. And I had a raised roof truck. I had a 2022 Freightliner. Um, and that was it. That was the real reason I
I
gave
mean,
it. It
doing one with the raised roof isn't all that bad either, because KO is doing one with the raised roof. Because a
right.
lot of freight
But
that
he's
you
also
get,
been
you'll get
telling
a lot of freight too. A lot of freight that you'll get is will also be 13.6 high as well too on
right.
flatbed.
But he's also been telling me behind closed doors, and he'll probably shoot me for saying it, that he's thinking about getting a mid roof because
I think he
Well,
you know
mentioned it a
he
couple
mentioned
times on
that.
his videos.
Yeah.
Hey, when
because
you get a
he's trying
chance,
to move
send
move on to
1090
like the
the link
next level
so
of
he can come
flatbed.
in, James.
I don't,
I don't have his number. That's the problem. He's got to
Put
call
the
me
num
or text
put
me.
put the number up. I think if he
I'm
doesn't
working
already.
on it. 18.
Okay,
Just
I got
keep
it.
he's
My
been,
talking.
bad. My
Just keep
bad. My
talking.
bad.
It's all
listen.
good.
I
Just
mean,
give me a moment.
I have Kendall's number, um, or whatever. But yeah, that's um that was pretty much it as far as why I decided to let the truck go. That was all. The truck never really gave me any issues. Most repair I had out of that truck was just, I mean, tires or PM, but that's wear and tear. I don't even really call that a repair. That's just wear and
It's
tear
part of
stuff.
truck.
Right, that's just part of the truck. And just like this steer tire, I need to get fixed tomorrow. you know, I actually need 3 tires, so I need 2 drive tires and a steer tire. So I figure I might as well just do all that at once. So I'll get all that done tomorrow.
So here's a good question. You guys know a good app to find monthly parking for a truck and trailer? Having a hard time finding around Madison, Wisconsin. So there's an app called Rig Park or something like that. Hang on, I'll
Yeah,
tell you what it's
Truck
called.
parking club, I guess.
yeah, there's that one too.
They're coming big. They're stealing all the parking and pilots and the Flying J's as well too. So
Yeah,
be on the lookout. In
because a
the
lot of
future,
them
your
are
pilots and
privately
Flying J's are
owned
gonna
now.
be
So
just all
there's two on
parking,
here.
all paid
There's
parking.
Rig Park and Truck Parking app. There's two of them. That's the only ones that I know of.
When I'm in the Northeast and I need somewhere to park, I just usually just use the trucker's path,
Well,
Yeah, that's
and
what
you
I did
see
to
what
find this
stores
pilot that I'm at
I
now.
can park at and stuff.
Yeah, I did
so
that to
Zulu
find this
says,
pilot.
what trucks are best for flatbed, horsepower wise, to deal with all the weight?
Um, I mean, I guess that's honestly preference. It's more so not a matter of truck, but a matter of engine. Most people are going to say, hey, get a Cummins, get a Cummins. Um,
They all pull. They all have the same amount of torque from factory, unless if you went ahead and dynoed and do everything else. Every truck made in the United States pretty much has the same amount of torque. So
and I mean, my truck has what 450 horsepower, so um, and it's the international, and I get it. It may not be a long nose Pete or anything, but my truck pulls just fine, and I've never had an issue. Um, pulling in a load of any amount, and I've carried 48 on my back. With flatbed, you can carry 48, so I've carried 48 on my back and pulled it up hills with no problem.
So Brian just said he's heading to Ocala for a load of water. Your mom's favorite
you frozen
railroad
up there?
evening. What's the matter?
I thought you were frozen up there.
No, not at all. Pop Tart says, so you guys are all leasing? Yes. I'm leasing. Gabrielle bought his truck. Steven bought his truck. Right?
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
still
much, yep.
I'm financing my truck. I guess if that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Finance, I
Yeah,
got it
we're
from
financing. Well,
I got it from
technically,
Arrow
we're all
Truck Sales.
financing. It's just what
Right.
type of financing we're
Yeah.
doing here. So
Yeah, I got it from Arrow Truck Sales. They got a bunch of locations, but I got mine from the one in Conley, Georgia.
So Fine Patty says, Steve, I just subscribed to you. I'll reach out to bend your ear for information. I'll say goodbye to you all as I must go tuck country into bed and read him a bedtime story.
Just don't kiss them on the forehead.
Patty, you're welcome to come to the channel anytime, man. You are funny as shit, man, with
don't
your
forget his broken cookies, fine Patty.
comments. Pop Tart, you can use Google Maps, and Google Maps will show you exactly where a few trucking spots, wherever you are in America, even locally. Zulu says that's what he meant. Chris says truck stops are for fuels and showers. I do my best never to have to park at a truck stop.
Amen.
I try to do that as much as I can. And some of the mom and pop truck stops are some of the best hidden secrets because they're quiet. The guys that are there have old trucks. They take care of them. And lots of times they actually turn their trucks off too. And they're not noisy. Some of these new guys that have company trucks, they all go to the big truck stops and they leave them running all night long.
Well, their company are too cheap to pay them living wage and put an APU on
Uh-huh.
their truck. So
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I do a lot of mom and pop truck stops, and like I said, I'll go to rest, Loves or something. Like I said, get a shower, get some food, but then I go to rest area, take my 10. It's just so much quieter, and you don't have to worry about somebody backing into you at a rest area.
Well,
So
it all depends
Pop-Tart
on what time
says,
of day you park at the rest area too, because rest
True.
areas get pretty filled pretty quickly.
I don't drive after 5 o'clock.
really?
Yeah, you solar powered
Solar
too, man.
powered, man. Wow.
But I'm a
So
night owl though. So I would drive at night only if I know I have somewhere to park in the morning. Or other than that,
you should always have somewhere to park in the morning. Morning time's the
but
best
it's
time
true.
to
But
park.
or even if I drive in the daytime and I'm driving past 5 o'clock, I'll only drive past 5 o'clock if I know I have parking. Like if I'm going to Mississippi near my parents' house, or if I'm
Right.
going to Pensacola, there's a Planet Fitness 3 blocks from my house. I literally could park my truck there and walk home. Other than that, no, I don't. I tend to not drive after five
Hey,
o'clock.
just to give you a heads up, we don't give our parking secrets out here just to let you know, especially when you go home, because people will take your parking places. Remember that. And even D says that all the time too. So Pop Tart says the 6 NZ Cat 600 horsepower and up, go with a Peterbilt.
Yeah, you're gonna
Um,
be burning a lot of oil and burning a lot of fuel, but
Yeah,
the
Pop Tart
engine's
says
gonna
the
be reliable.
only thing I can say about Peterbilt is dealing with the shops if you have breakdown across America. So we got one of our guys that work with JB Hunt with our crew, and he's got a brand new. I say brand new. It was brand new when he bought it. It's a 24. He went straight to the dealership, and of course, this guy's able to do this, not like a lot of us are. Went to the dealership, paid cash for the truck,
It's a
and
579.
yeah, it's a 579, and from what I understand through a source that truck has been in the shop more than it's been on the road, and I feel sorry for him. He's about ready to sue the shit out of Peterbilt because of it. I'm not going to give any names out or anything because I don't want to incriminate anybody. Peterbilt sucks dealing with the shops. I'm a girl, so I use shower points to use the public bathroom. The truck stop bathrooms are dirty, so I'd rather have my own restroom. You know what? I've done that many a times myself with unlimited showers. If I just have to use the restroom, I'll take a shower credit and go use the restroom.
Man,
I
ain't
agree
nothing
with
like
you.
taking a shit in peace.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Your
And
mom's
you ain't got
favorite
to smell it.
railroader?
You ain't got to
When I
smell everybody's breakfast burrito at the same time too.
when I drove, I prefer the large truck stops and parked at the very back, but I also like night driving, very peaceful. I like night driving too for
me
the
too.
most part until you get tired. When you get
I don't
tired, it's a
mind getting
bitch.
up at 4, but I don't like stopping at 4.
Flying Patty says quick
Right.
fuel in Tylertown, Pennsylvania, exit 133 off I-80 is an old school truck stop, good food and loads of parking, supermarket across the lot, and laundry at a post office. I'll have to remember that. Hmm, interesting.
I'll be in Pennsylvania tomorrow. So
Well, there you go. Exit 133 off I-80.
Life with Lou. What's up, Life with Lou?
What's
Big
going
Lou.
on, big boy?
That's
Tell us
one
how
of
that
the
Peterbilt treating you. We was just
right.
talking about Peterbilts,
Yeah,
man.
he got that
Tell us how
brand new
that
that
Peterbilt
new.
treating you, man.
Who's that? Life with Lou?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never
He's
heard of
got
his
a
channels. He got a good channel?
TMC
Oh
truck.
yeah. He over there at Blair making the paper. He got that
Over
brand new
where?
whip.
Blair
Where's he
Blair.
at?
Logistics.
Okay. I'll have to
Doing
look him up.
flatbed. Hmm.
Yeah, I watch his channel. He got that brand new whip over there. Either let me ride shotgun.
Got one of them crispy TMCs, boy.
Oh yeah, that thing's shiny too. I seen it. I like that.
There he is. I just subscribed to his channel so I can watch. All right.
See, boom. Popped on, got a comment and got a subscribe right all at once.
523 subscribers, 65 videos. Wow, good for him, man. He's got more videos than I have.
I think
Uh,
probably more than me.
You haven't posted a video in quite a while.
it's been a month since I posted one. We use 579 Peterbilt as well as they're very good quality trucks, but he sounds like he is breaking it in. Some trucks are like that. You guys watch Cam the Trucker. Yeah, I've seen Cam the
Always. I'm
Trucker.
always on
Yeah,
Cam's videos in the morning.
yeah, I subscribe to Cam and Cam subscribed to me. We talk on Instagram here and there. Yeah, he's good people. He's very animated, opinionated, but very honest. And if you can't appreciate nothing
Absolutely.
else, appreciate the fact that if something's on his mind, he's going to tell you that it's on his
Hey,
mind.
that panel he has in the morning is good entertainment when you wake
Yeah,
up.
I do. Yeah, I
That's a
watch it
good
sometimes.
entertainment going down the road. I'm saying
It'll be like him and like Rob the Trucker.
Lou is on there as well too.
Yep. So
So
I catch his lives.
Lou be
life
on there
with
talking about what's going on,
life
Playboy.
with Lou. I got some questions about your Peterbilt. Did you buy it as a used Peterbilt from TMC? And if so, how much did you have to give for it? I was looking at those trucks too that TMC has. They look like decent trucks. I was told from a good source
Getting
at
old.
750,000 miles, they put a new engine in those no matter what. And then they usually let them go around 800, 850,000 miles. And basically, you got a brand new truck almost. I don't know how true that is, but like I said, from a good source told me that.
Yeah, if they rebuilding them engines and selling them at that price, that's a steal.
Hell yeah, it is. That's why I want to know. That's why I want to find out. Because they got them for like 20 to 35 grand on their website.
That ain't bad.
Yep.
And we already know how TMC are very particular with their trucks too. So
That and they're loaded up too. They got leather interior and everything. So your mom's favorite railroad says, haha, his 6-7 hour long lives were nice when first starting, but the shift, lol, nothing to look at but cows and
cows and
farmland.
farmland.
Who knows what we talking about?
He's talking about
Come on,
Cam the
Cam.
trucker's
Oh,
lives. Yep.
Yeah. It's a distraction, like you said, from just staring at cow ass all day down the highway.
tell you what, you guys,
I'm saying it's pretty entertaining, man.
you
You
need
know,
to when you're all wanting something funny to do when you're driving and stuff, subscribe to the other driver trucker James Best. He does 6-7 hour lives too and brings people in kind of like what we do, and they just sometimes they get a little crazy because he drinks in his basement at home when he does that, and he gets a little belligerent. It's kind of funny.
are you talking about
uh, James
James
Best,
Best?
the other
I
trucker
was on.
James Best.
Actually, I was on his live. The last live he was on there, man. Shoot, they get real political on there as well too. I
Yeah.
love it.
So Life with Lou says it was an owner spec from the company in Mississippi before me. Can't say for fact it's from TMC, but likely it has 540,000 miles on it. It's a 2-year lease with Blair. Oh, okay. So you're leasing it with Blair. Okay.
But
I
still,
got
that
you.
ain't bad to end up with that type of truck at Blair, though.
Not at
Like,
all.
honestly,
I've never heard of Blair. Is that a flatbed company like yours?
Yep,
it's flatbed.
I
flatbed
got you.
It's straight
down there in the south.
lease purchase and owner operators. They don't have. They're part of PNS. PNS owns them.
Oh, with Shelton too.
Part of
Yep,
Shelton.
same with
Yep,
Shelton. Yep.
How
they're
did you
pretty
guys?
big. All things considered, they're a pretty big flatbed company with a lot of small companies around them.
So
So
I got an opinion on this, so let me tell you all my opinions. So, how did you guys watch the Mike Tyson fight? You guys see it. So, I watched it live on Netflix. It did buffer a whole lot, but what people don't understand, and I got a couple comments about this. What people don't understand when you get there was over 40 countries in this world that actually broadcast that. So when you get that many people, I don't care who you are, what company you are, you're going to have some buffering issues, especially when you get a bunch of people. I mean, this, from what I understand, it was like 300 million people that watched this fight. That's a lot of people. That's probably one of the most televised events in a long time, if not ever.
isn't
Um,
it one of Netflix first lives or
It
anything like
is.
that?
Well, it's not
So
their first live, but it's one of their biggest lives because they did Dave Chappelle live and a few others. But anyway, back to the Mike Tyson thing. The guy's 58 years old. He's in great shape for a 58-year-old. Jake Paul, he's what, 28, 29? I don't know what his age is, but he's half of his age. And what I'm getting at more than anything, both of them made millions and millions. I think Tyson made 20 million and Jake
Yep.
Paul made 40 million out of this fight, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, who wouldn't? And they had contracts. If they would go the full round, they would get the full amount of money. So if one knocked one out earlier than the other one, then obviously the table would be turned. So
so
if
pretty
Jake
much it
Paul,
was a scripted fight.
let me finish. So with Jake Paul, if he would have knocked him out in the second or third round, well, guess what? He would have gotten the majority of Mike Tyson's money, and vice versa. With that being said, I think, and you're right. I think it was scripted. I think both of them had an agreement at the very beginning. Hey, we're both making big money out of this. Let's go the full ride, and that way we both can make some serious cash out of this. And of course, there's memes out there already One guy's wanting to fight Jake. What's his name? Paul wants to fight Lieutenant Dan. You remember Lieutenant Dan from Tampa? You know, from the storm and shit. Did you ever see that on the news where he was riding
Lieutenant
out the
Dan, you
storm?
talking about Forrest Gump?
No,
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 no, no. It was
Lieutenant Dan.
another guy.
He's another guy.
I seen
Let
a
me
couple of
finish.
memes where there was like him just trying to fight a bunch of old people, basically.
Yeah, he's trying to fight Clint Eastwood. Lieutenant Dan is the one that rode out the storm in Tampa this last time, and they interviewed him. He lives on a boat. He's got one leg. He looks like Lieutenant Dan, and they've already said that Jake Paul wants to fight Lieutenant Dan, and also Clint Eastwood's in that picture too.
I'm waiting for the Chuck Norris references to come up.
Right.
That would be hilarious right there.
The Blair Truck Project. What's that supposed to mean? I wonder.
I think that's Lou's tag or something in his videos.
Oh, is that what it is? The Blair Truck
Something
Project?
like that, yeah.
But
So
yeah,
Jake
like,
Paul really blessed Tyson with $20 million to enjoy his life with it, a crap fight, but the big picture is Tyson was blessed. So let me explain something else to you. Tyson did an interview shortly after this fight, and I don't know if you guys saw it or
I
not.
was
It
just
makes a lot
about
of
to
sense.
say that. Yeah.
His interview, he said that, hey guys, I'm a different person at 58 than what I was at, 27, 28. I was on drugs. I was drinking. I was, loaded. He was drunk and also on drugs when he fought. And that's where he got his stamina to keep going was the drugs. No telling what he was on, but he says, I don't do any of that now. Of course, we all know he owns a big marijuana farm in California. So he's really big into the marijuana. But
I
again,
think his
it's
big thing
his
was just
destination.
taking care of his family. I believe he said something like that, something to the effect of like he just came out and make some money so he could take care of his family, and that was it.
Well, he went bankrupt about 10 years ago, right before he did those movies. What was the Vegas movies with the guys?
Hangover.
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 Right,
Oh man,
right before
Hangover
he
was
made
hilarious.
the Hangover movies, him like I'm trying to think, just like MC Hammer. Okay, MC Hammer is another good example where they made millions and millions of dollars. Well, guess what? MC Hammer had hundreds of people in his dance crew and his production. Same thing with Mike Tyson. He had several people in his production crew too, and they like to give money to friends, family. And when you're popular like that, you have to kind of, say when to stop. And these people don't have. Well, Mike Tyson, 10 years before the Hangover movies came out, went bankrupt. And that's what he's talking about. He was blessed by Jake Paul to make a little bit of money to take care of his family.
Yep. But I want to go on record and say, if Tyson really wanted to knock him out, he could have.
Thank
I
you.
don't know, man.
If
I
Tyson
don't
want,
know.
if Tyson really
it was a
wanted to
street
fight,
fight,
because
if there was some people
we've
that ran
seen
into each
Tyson
other on the
fights
street,
before in the past.
it wouldn't have ended
If
that way.
Tyson
Guys,
if Tyson wanted to fight, he would have fought him.
Did you see Tyson? He was wore out, dude. Both of them were.
Well, yeah.
They were
Remember,
wore out.
Tyson don't go round for rounds. He knocks people out quick, knock them
I'm
down,
just
and on to the
telling you,
next
man.
one.
I think Tyson, I really do. I think Tyson, and again, I grew up in the era watching Tyson. I watched all of his fight. He was one of my idols, just like Michael Jordan. And he was wore out, dude. He had no business being in that fight. I don't think
He's
he could
never
have
been
knocked him
known
out.
to be a distance fighter anyway.
I mean, think about exactly. He was never known to be a distance fighter. So think about that for a second. Don't you think for 1 minute, if Tyson had the opportunity to knock that kid out, don't you think he would have done it? Honestly,
No.
for the money?
Because
he was pulling his punches for the money.
What he
I don't know, man.
he went the distance for the money. That's what they agreed upon. Now, if it was
he would have made a
he
shit ton more money if he would have knocked him out.
You sure?
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, it would have been uneven. If he would have knocked him out, he would have got most of Jake Paul's money. That's what the agreement was. They wanted to go the full distance so they could both make the total amount. They didn't want it to be lopsided because if Mike Tyson would have knocked him out, he would have made most of Jake Paul's money. Vice versa, Jake Paul would have knocked Mike Tyson out, he would have made the majority of Mike Tyson's money. That's the way the contract was set.
So, at the end of the day,
they agreed to go the distance.
That's what I say. If Tyson wanted to knock him out, he would have did
it. I don't think so, man. See, look at there.
He wouldn't have went all the way. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't have went all the way. First,
Green Eye Entertainment just said it all.
Would have knocked him out.
Green Eye Entertainment just said it all. Tyson didn't have the legs. Hold on a second.
58-year-old man.
I got a white Volvo Mafia guy asking me a question. Hang on a second.
Like Tyson is also a
Yeah.
58-year-old man.
And my
I
wife?
think Jake Paul fighting Tyson in his prime wouldn't have ended well.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wouldn't have
not
been
leaving.
about money.
I'm leaving at 6 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, buddy. That's a first. Guy actually asked me if I was leaving. Ugh.
You did not
But
just say white Volvo.
He said,
yeah,
"Hold on 1 second." The white Volvo Mafia.
yeah, he was a white Volvo Mafia, but he has a white Freightliner. But anyway, Green Eyes said it right. His legs, he didn't have any strength in his legs. See, look here. Even Brian Jess, Tyson almost died back in June. That's why the original fight got rescheduled. He had an ulcer bleed and needed 8 units of blood transfusion to keep him alive. He was on the plane. Yeah, I remember reading that too, and I agree with you. Tyson ain't what he used to be. He can't knock this kid out, man. He
He's
cannot knock
58
him out.
years old.
And that's why they agreed to go the distance. Chris, good
He's
night, buddy.
almost a 60-year-old man. I mean,
Good night, Chris.
what
I
were
hope
y'all
things go
expecting out
good.
of him?
Good night, Chris. I hope things go good for you over there at SRO.
Who's
Triple
going
Eight
to
lease,
SRO? Oh, never
huh?
mind. No, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
he's at SRO. Yes. So
Nah,
little dude,
I was gonna say something, but it's not my place to say.
little dude. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
I heard through the grapevine that a certain trucker on YouTube has found his way back at SRO Logistics after his bout with a
Why
heart
would you
attack
say
last
that?
year.
Why would you say that?
You just
Don't
sit
tell.
here and said just say it. Did he just sit here and say? I said
I didn't know
never
what
mind
you were
because I
gonna
don't want to
say.
say
I
it
don't.
now. I'm just going.
I don't talk.
I didn't
I'm
say
trying to get the
where
guy
I
on the
got my
channel. Now
sources
he might
from.
not come on because of shit that you just said. He doesn't want everybody to know that shit, man.
Hey,
That's why I told you at the beginning before we even
I'm
went
pretty
live
sure.
about his deal.
I'm pretty sure he don't even.
Well, we'll tell you. We'll tell your business next time, okay?
Sure, it's fine with
Jesus,
me.
man,
1 for 1, I guess.
man, he didn't want that out there, dude. That's why I told you at the beginning before we went live.
I
So
didn't say
triple
where I heard it from.
little dude from across the street, triple. You make me lose my voice now. God, man, you just gotta use your brain sometimes, man. People don't want all that shit out there sometimes. AAA Lease sells a decent equipment. I might get my truck from them, old prime trucks. I've never heard of AAA Lease. Have you?
Nah,
Any of you
never.
guys?
Where are they
uh,
located?
I think there's another company called Pedigree. I think that sells
Yeah.
prime trucks as well.
Pedigree sells a lot of prime trucks. They got
Yeah.
a lot of Peterbilts.
Well, you know why Pedigree sells prime trucks, don't you?
They owned by
Is
Prime.
That's
that
right.
where they lease them from?
Yeah, they're owned by Prime.
Yeah.
I
So
got a non-prime truck.
late night juice says, I think Tyson gave it his best he could. Neither one of them was trying to hurt one another. It was for the sport. Jake Paul's a young world class athlete that could have hurt Tyson bad. I agree with you. I think so too. What is SRO? SRO Logistics is another trucking company. They actually have a website. It's a small company. They're all owner operators, and I think 6 or 7 drivers is all they have. Pop Tart. I went from Paul to Paul. Did not fight Tyson. He just ran around the ring and let Tyson run all 8 rounds. He blessed Tyson. Yep. Much respect for Jake Paul for taking it easy on a 50-year-old Hall of Famer and will be ever known as the greatest of all time. Buddy, I agree with you 1,000%. There will never, ever be a fighter like Mike Tyson. He was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Everybody he fought. He's the only fighter that I know of that knocks somebody out in like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it was in the first round.
That's why I was saying if Tyson wanted to, could knock them out that easy.
You don't understand. The guy was like 26 at
This
the
was
time,
more
dude.
for entertainment.
He was 26 at the time when he did that, but he ain't got that strength in him anymore. I mean, obviously he beat the shit out of me and you, but still, he's not a fighter anymore.
He ain't beating shit out of me. I stay far away from
Your
him.
mom's
He not
favorite
biting my ear
railroader.
off.
I'm gonna leave the railroad and lease purchase a truck from Prime. Gonna make way more money. Good idea. I think now's a good time.
I think he's trolling.
You think so?
I definitely think he's trolling with that
Well,
comment. Going to Prime,
somebody
release from Prime.
somebody that could answer that question would be Kendall. He used to work at Prime, so that'd be a question for him.
With all the shit show that's going on with Prime and these driver facing cameras, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if you're being serious, I think now's a good time to get into drive because I think things are only going to go up. We've already had shit for the last few years. It can only go up.
Your mom's favorite trucker LLC.
Yeah, I'm trying to read into that too a little bit.
But yeah, like I said, KO worked at Prime for about 3-4 years before he went to Schneider. So if it was a serious, comment, that would have been a good question for him to answer.
Yeah. So Green Eye Entertainment said Tyson's not the same guy anymore. I
I
agree.
mean, obviously he's a lot milder and obviously older and hopefully wiser. But I mean, I get what 18 was saying, like a 20 to 25-year-old Tyson in his prime, that match wouldn't have went as long as it did. Period.
Yeah,
But that
and
match went well enough for a 58-year-old man.
so the thing is with Tyson, he's 58, I'm 54, and you know, I was pretty strong in my day. I never really was a fighter, never got into fights, but my strength in the last 8 to 10 years has really went down. So, and I think it's just age. Within age, you do lose a lot of your strength unless you constantly have a religious workout regimen, kind of like what KO does or one of these other truckers that goes to gym all the time. You're even if you do, your strength does go down within age. So here's your question, 18. I'm still currently a JB Hunt, thinking about going to Landstar. Any thoughts?
It, like I said, it's what I would say is make sure you got a couple dollars saved up when you go and apply because like Steven would tell you there's a waiting time.
Oh yeah.
There's a waiting time. They don't really I feel like it's just like it's more like a they're gonna vet the shit out of you and everything's always third party, so things take longer than normal. You're not gonna apply on a Friday and be there next week Wednesday. It's not happening.
Yeah.
You gotta
It,
at
But
least
it,
give
it takes a
yourself at
longer
least
time.
2 or 3 weeks
yeah,
before you
that's
get
right. It
signed
might
on.
happen about 90 days later, but
2 or 3 weeks, not 90 days.
2 or 3 weeks ass. It was like 5 weeks for you.
Th-
But
It was about 3 weeks, about
I
30 days. I sat there, but if you don't have your ducks in a row, you don't have the information that they ask you for. You don't provide it to them right when they ask you for it because when they asking you for it, your file is right there in their face. If you don't give it to them within a certain amount of time, you just get rotated around until they come right back to your file. That's pretty much how it works. So
so I want to make a comment on that. And again, this has nothing to do with Landstar. My opinion, and if I had to do this all over again, you two are much better set off than I am. If I had to do this all over again, especially with the freight market being what it is, I would have bought a used truck. Bless you. I would have bought a
thank you.
used truck. Since I'm in an SFI truck, I'm trying to make it work. And again, I had a great week last week, but I had two shitty weeks that were before that. It's really, really hard. You know this, Steven. You had an SFI truck. 18, you know this. You had an SFI truck. It's not easy. It's not easy doing what we do with, a payment of, 12, $1,300 a week or whatever your truck payment was. It's
Hopes and
very
dreams is how I
difficult.
got to where I am right now. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you.
And,
Hopes and
and,
dreams is how I got to
you
where
know,
I am right now.
and like I said, I've got no qualms of going and buying a used truck, and quite frankly, I'm going to try and make this work, and I'm hoping the freight market goes up. But guess what, guys? If it doesn't go up in the next 2 to 3 months, I might be forced to, maybe letting this truck go and looking at other avenues. But right now, it's not in my cards. Obviously, I need the down payment or something to go with it. There are several options. I talked to a driver the other day, and he wanted to come over to JB. He thought I was still at JB Hunt and wanted to get an SFI truck. Well, number one, I took care of the JB Hunt thing out of his head right away, and I said, "Don't go to JB Hunt." I gave him other options, and gave him the option to come over here where I'm at. I explained, the option with Landstar. I explained the option where I'm at, and I also gave the option of Schneider. And when it all boiled down to it, I think he liked the idea of what I had here. But at the same time, I told him, don't get an SFI truck. Now, whether or not he does that or not, I don't know if that's going to happen. And I told him, I said, if I had to do it all over again, I would have went to Lone Mountain or a place like that and got a truck. Again, nobody has the right idea, the right way or the wrong way. It's just a matter of what makes, what you can do to make it work to get yourself into the business. I think you
Right.
all can agree to that. Oh, with that being said, Flying Patty bought for the first truck from Pedigree. Couldn't fault them. New tires, new brakes, new hood, and some damage when I first looked at it, and a full ECM download and a full maintenance history. So the only thing that I have with buying a used truck, kind of like what you guys did, I'm going to lose a lot of things on the truck that I have. I'm not going to have the disc brakes. It's going to be a bummer because I really like the disc brakes.
These
The
brakes are pretty
EPU.
nice. I'm not gonna lie to
The
you.
EPU is kind of a toss-up. The trucks that I'm looking at, don't want to give a whole lot of details, but Lone Mountain's getting ready to get some 20 internationals with APUs on them here in the next week or two, and I'm really looking at very seriously and hard at that. But there is a lot of comfort things that you get used to with a newer truck. I've never been a hooded truck guy. I've never won a hooded truck, but a lot of guys do like that.
The way I see it is, you gotta do it. It's comfort over profit. At this point in time, right now, still until rates start getting better, it's more of a comfort over. Do you prefer comfort or you want more profit? And if you have a truck that can make you more profit, but it's not as comfortable as these as the latest and greatest shoe shine, I mean, you gotta do what you got. If you like comfort, then that's on you.
Well,
You know.
and you're right, and and with that comment, you are right. The thing that I would like to have an old truck for is not to have all the bells and the ringers and the dingers and the does your all's trucks have all that shit, the lane keeping and all that bullshit?
I don't.
I
I have
don't.
lane departure and for
That's it.
collision, but that's it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's about what I have too.
That's
I
it.
don't see. I could
All the
care less
extra
about all
stuff.
that
I
shit.
I am so happy I don't have all. Oh man, that SFI truck just ringing off my ear every
Yeah,
second because it
I got
thinks
to
that
tell you
I'm
the
in
truth.
the
That would be
construction
the
zone is going
that
a
would be the
different
one
lane.
thing that I would want an old truck for, just not to have all that bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't need any of that.
The
Mm.
only good side to having that stuff is it can cause your insurance rates to be lower because you have all these safety features. Like with that,
I
having
don't
that
know,
truck with
man.
Mercer, but it works for me at Mercer. Having those things at Mercer caused my insurance to be lower. That was something they specifically asked me about. Did my truck have those features? And it lowered my insurance rate.
The outside. Well, I have outside insurance, so not all of my insurance is through Landstar. I think one of them is like a mandatory, but everything else I'm only paying like 140 something bucks a month
All right, let me
for
get
my
some of these
outside
comments.
insurance. So
Let me get some of these comments. And also, Highway, I just sent you the link. I didn't notice you texted me, so I sent you the link. Just join in. So your mom's railroad said yes. He was trolling. He was laughing about it. Here's a comment. What do you guys think about Prime Brian Trans Am? I don't think they bought Trans Am per se. Um,
they bought Trans
Working
Am
together.
more like it's more like a Swift Night deal. They're just partners.
You
You
think
know,
so?
that's what everybody's claiming, but everybody also says that Prime has a history of partnering with other companies and then all of a sudden
Right.
integrating everything all together like a couple months or a couple years after. So we'll see.
Okay. So Mr. Polo says he's at Advanced Trucking and it's been tough out there. Yeah. Brian Jess says, I hope Landstar pays their lease drivers better than they pay their loads on the spot market. They are low ballers, and all the low ballers down there with TQL and CH Robinson.
They do, but
Mr. Polo, I was thinking about Advanced Trucking. How is it? Texted you. Yeah, I just texted you the link there, Highway. Spot market or power only with USA Truck. The company is cool, but the freight is still low. Little dude from across the street, Mr. Polo, what kind of trucks they got? I applied 6 months ago in the process of getting my hazmat. Got paid off 2018 6680, sitting with a few issues. Been in an SFI 2024 Freightliner since January. Great truck, but payments are killing him. Some Cascadias. Great truck, but payments are killing him. Hey, you thought about leasing onto USA Truck? I leased onto USA Truck 2 years ago. Got a truck through Tel. One of the worst decisions that I ever made. I about went bankrupt.
What,
Absolute
leasing
bankrupt.
on the USA or leasing the tail truck?
Actually, the Tel truck was nice. The truck payment was only like 800 a week. I mean, it was, you know, it was a Volvo too. It was an 860. Payment wasn't bad. It's just that USA Truck wasn't paying shit at the time. Now it's funny because Poppy's telling me that USA Truck has good loads on the load board and they pay pretty decent too. I haven't seen that. I haven't really looked yet, but
What I say about these low board, it's all the same no matter what company you're at.
that's
At
not
this
true.
point in
That's
at
not
this
true at
point in
all.
time, we're still in a terrible market. It hasn't bounced back
You're right.
yet. Unless if
It
you're
is a
doing
terrible market, but there are better load boards than others, though. I can
unless
tell
if
you
you're doing specialized freight, it's really not that much of a big difference. Especially when you're using company low board. You're not I mean,
that. I can take you right now to JB Hunt's load board and then take you over to Truck Stop or even DAT. There's $400 or $500 difference between their loads. That's a big difference to me.
yeah. Well, it's not big enough for some. So it all depends, I guess.
Mm, yeah, like even with Mercer, I do a lot of contract freight. Like it's all
So
like direct stuff.
your
Hmm.
mom's favorite railroad. Where do you guys lease? Are there any other benefits of besides freedom of owning or being not being a company? Well, I've never been a company driver, so I can't really answer a whole lot of questions. It does have a lot to do with freedom, and I lease at F2F. 18 is at Landstar, and
My
Steve, you're at
biggest thing
Mercer.
with leasing, yeah, you can make a little bit more money, but I treated leasing as a learning experience.
Yes.
Until you're able to get your own truck or have a paid off truck, it's pretty much it's pretty much a step before doing the big thing. And you take that time, that 3 years or 4 years, or however long that lease is, and if you don't own the truck at at the bare minimum, you learn how to operate a business
Yep.
with
Realize
somebody
that all
holding
the
your
money you
hand
make
more or
is not,
less.
and just realize just because you made 3,000 net this week, don't mean you get to spend 3,000 net.
Exactly.
Always put up for rainy day funds. You got taxes depending on how you pay it or whatever, but just put up some. But it freedom really is the biggest benefit,
Hmm.
but it also can be the biggest downfall for a lot of people because they feel I could do what I want now. I could go home when I want. I don't have to put in a home time request with my company, and they
And
just
a,
go home.
and a big thing that a lot of I see a big thing that a lot of people who fail at leasing, when I say they fail, is not necessarily they didn't take the next step after. Is just they just outright just fail at leasing. It's because they still treat it as a company job.
Yep.
So let me read these comments. JB Hunt has more freight than Schneider, but pays a lot less. That's true. I like leasing because of the freedom. Agree. I second that. I like owner operate because of freedom. We shouldn't have to ask someone to go on home time.
You'll be
Absolutely.
surprised at how many leasing companies out here lease your truck, and you still gotta ask permission to go home.
Earthspot. Your mom's favorite railroad. Is there actually freedom though? Because you have to make every decision with the truck payment in mind. So with that comment, that's actually true in my situation because the truck payment is so high. But on these two guys that have their own trucks, it's a little bit easier for them to make their decisions on how they do because their truck payments are a fourth of what mine is.
I tell you what, you have the freedom to make that to make them decisions. That's what it is. That's
Right.
the
At the
freedom
end
you
of the
get.
day,
You get the freedom to make those decisions.
yeah,
He says,
we got to guess, y'all. You're supposed to announce people when they walk in the room. You know what I'm saying?
I will. Let me finish these
1090's in the
comments.
building, man. What's
All
up,
right.
player?
All right, let's finish these comments, man. Sorry, not trying to be rude, just genuinely curious. And at F2F, which load board do you recommend? I'm still new to it, man. Truck Stop and Dad are the two best, but so far, don't really have a good answer on that. I'll be starting my own load starting probably in 2 weeks. I've been running a little bit of a dedicated thing just to get started. Brian Jess says, I have a load book for Tuesday morning from one broker for $1,300, and Landstar had the same exact load posted for for 900. So what's up, Highway?
Nothing much. How y'all feeling?
How did you get the Trucker Todd background there, buddy? That's what I want to know.
I was about to tell me he has a
Oh
really
yeah,
nice living room there, man. What kind of computer, what kind of piano you
man.
got back there, man? You know how to play?
Yeah, man. I don't know how to play it, but when you got money, somebody else will come play it for you.
Where do you get
Bro,
that background
I
at?
hear
How did
you
you
on
find
that.
that?
When I logged in, it how you go like to like change your avatar and stuff. It
Yeah,
popped
Okay.
up
yeah.
to change like to add like a green screen basically.
Where's that at? Is it on where at? Did you say?
So soon as I was coming in before I joined, how you enter your name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
where.
where it's at. It
Mm.
acts like right, but I'm on my iPad, so I don't know if it's because it's bigger, so it's trying to give me a little bit more options.
Here, I'm gonna go out and try it out. I'll be right back.
For sure.
Man, how many rooms you got in that thing, man? You
Man,
blessed, man.
man, I got a back house, Uncle Phil type, No, just like
What?
You'll see
Guest
that
house with
French
the
maid.
pool
You'll
and
see that
everything,
maid back
huh?
there walking in the background with the French maid outfit on.
I
man.
think I think
Topless
if I
maid
leave the
services.
studio, it might cut it
It
off.
probably,
Do you know?
Do it
oh,
next time, man. Do
I
it next
don't, I
time.
don't know for sure.
I don't want to turn it off. Huh? I'll try it next time. Interesting. So, did you have a
Man, so
good
how?
week?
Uh, I had an interesting week. It was good though.
Tell us
I
about it,
grow,
man.
I grows good. I'll just say towards the end I was coming home. Luckily, like usually like my last, if I'm coming out of Dallas, coming back to Houston. I got like a bottling load I usually pick up, so I picked it up this time. And I say the owner of the company, he usually load the truck up. Like I said, he was talking to me. We always talking, chatting. He was giving me some drinks and stuff. And I just think in the midst of him forgetting that he forgot basically and loaded me with a different load. And like I say, I was rushing because it was the same day load. I was only going 79 miles, paying 500. After my percentage like 400 and something, like $430. So I'm like, man, yeah, let me get this over there so I can get my next load and go home.
I'll be
Basically
right
just
back,
some
guys.
extra money. So I like I said, it was bad on both our parts. He loaded me with the wrong product and I didn't really pay attention to the BOL. So man, I was rushing. So I was rushing, got in the truck, got down there. When I got down there and I started to type in a number to call the place, I'm like, I'm like, it had a whole different area code on
Whole
it. And
different address and everything.
yup. Look, you feel I didn't go far, so I was like, man. So he was like, I got that. The people was like, nah, this don't go here. I'm like, well, it go there, but it just wasn't the product they needed. So luckily that, like I said, I know the owner. I text him. He was like, man, I'll come right back and I'll reload you and you can go back up. So like I said, it all still worked out. I spent a little
Right,
money
right.
extra in fuel, but it was cool.
Okay, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Where he go? He over there doing some white Volvo stuff.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I
He
think
out
that's
there.
where. Yeah, I think he went back to go deal with the White Volvo Mafia again.
Yeah,
He beating on that dough.
he. Could you just direct me in real quick? Just watch out.
You
Me,
know how they.
Go
You
to
know, he probably asked him to come back the truck in
right.
for him. Shoot.
man. Tell him in the like, man. No, I ain't gonna back it in for you, but just go around the parking lot one more time. Somebody else can come get this parking spot from you.
That's what's gonna
And
happen.
James not here to
Yeah.
pull up the comments, but let me go ahead and read through them real quick. Let's see what he. So somebody, your mom's favorite railroader is asking, do you lease to or do you own your truck? I think that
Uh,
that question's for you right there.
so one of my trucks I own outright. Got the title in hand. Um, my other truck I finance it,
Man's got a
and
fleet, right? Yeah,
yeah, I'm about
got
to get
drivers.
another
Yeah,
truck.
got a little fleet. Yep.
Yeah,
Man's
That's the type of
advancing through
energy I'm
life.
trying to get
That's
on.
what's up.
man. Yeah, for sure. I be, hey, I be chasing. I don't care. Like I'm not trying to like. I love trucking, but I want to get in. which is I've been in for about 7 years. So I want to get
Mm.
in and then be able to get out. So
I think the goal for a lot of people, you get a couple of trucks that you don't have to drive anymore.
yeah,
I think that's the goal with some folks. Some
Right.
folks they just want to be in it because that's just the thing that they want to do. A
facts.
lot of us think it's just a stepping stone. I get 2, 3, maybe 10 trucks, and I get out and I go take care of my family.
You
Yep.
feel me?
Uh,
That's what I
While
a
the
lot
love.
of us
drivers
got
misses
side
theirs.
hustles anyway. Most
Mm-hmm.
truckers got a side hustle, so you just doing this to feed your side hustle, and once that
Facts,
blow up, you let trucking go too.
Right,
facts.
right, right.
Just keep that, or like I said, you just let that, let that run in the
Right.
background while you ain't driving. I kind of That's why, like, what I do is with my other, cause I own one of my other trailers, and I just for my driver to help him out if he coming through, I be like, if he going like past me anywhere, if he going, I say if he going Arizona anyway, and he come through here, I'll be like, I like not Arizona, but like if he come through here, he dropping something, and I got another load, I'll pick up a load in the morning, load it up with that trailer, and then we'll swap trailers so he can just keep going.
Keep
So
going.
I drop his Houston
Smart.
load off for him.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm trying to get into some real estate or something myself.
Yeah, I gotta go take the test, but that's what I've been into. Man,
You know what I want to do? If things work out the way that I think it's gonna work out, I get me a couple of trucks so I can be home more often. I
yes,
actually
sir.
want to. I've always wanted to be a pilot. Commercial, private, doesn't matter. I just wanted that certificate right
Man,
there.
go for it.
Just
Facts.
got that license in my hand. That's something that I want. That's something I want to do in the next couple of years. If I'm able to do it, great. If not, the simulators are still there in
Do
the
it. No,
background. But
no.
yeah,
I
Oh
need
yeah.
you to do it, bro, so we can. I be watching all these people, man, flying, man. Hey, we having a pit stop. We flying over here to the private landing strip. They be
you're
having
right,
fun. Fly out.
dude. I always wanted a home at an air park, or at
I ain't
least
gonna lie.
buy enough or
That's
buy
raw.
enough land to put like
A
a
strip on.
strip, a strip, just enough land to put a little small strip for some small planes.
Yup.
And maybe I could just rent out some of the spots to people who want to build houses, build my own little
That's how
air park.
it's a place right here in Texas. This dude
We got a
owned it,
lot of them here in
and they
Florida,
yup
man.
on
We
bro.
got a lot here in Florida. I think that would be freaking sweet, man.
That's
But
raw.
I've always wanted to be a pilot since ever since I was a little kid, and this was the closest thing that I could came to it without spending $200,000. So
It's all right. You still got breath in your lungs. That means you can still do it.
absolutely, absolutely, it's something. I mean, every year I'm up. I keep I reapply to these. Well, not reapply, but I always seek info from these flight schools every year, just to see what's up, just to see if there's a way in. I'm pretty sure there's like I think Delta has a school in Arizona, but you gotta literally just quit your current life in order to go there for like 8 months straight. But I got responsibilities, so you can't just
Facts.
you can't just
Yeah.
get up and go for a potential career that's gonna. I mean, they get paid pretty decent.
Yeah.
So it's just a timing with everything. But if I can make this work, if I could build a small fleet, if that's something that I really want to do, and it'll open up that time for me to at least get my private license. That'd be a goal that I would like to achieve. So,
Facts.
mhm.
I think that'd just be raw. Like I think that'd be cool in general. Just like you said, just having it, just being able to, man. We all having a conversation. Look, I got my pilot license. Like that's crazy. That's a big
Hell yeah,
achievement for real,
Yeah.
go get a barn find a little 6-seater. Call up my buddies.
man.
Like, hey man, y'all want to go to Bahamas for the weekend? Y'all want to go to the
Man.
Cape for the weekend? Y'all just
For
want
real.
to chill? Like,
As long
that'd
as
be
I can
lit
ride
right
with my
there,
head
bro.
out the window like a dog or
Hey,
something,
hey, look. Long as you show me how to fly it, cause y'all already know I don't drink or smoke, so
uh,
designated drive all the time. You feel me?
Shoot, that's how we do it, man. Take a flight for the weekend, get lit, come back. Like, where you been
Facts,
at, man? Me and my buddy just went, man. We just went to Puerto Rico and came back, man. What you mean by you went to Puerto Rico? How much that cost you?
man. Just fuel,
Man,
man.
it's
right?
fuel, but it won't cheap. But we make that money though, so it is
Right.
what it is.
Man.
Yeah, man, sometimes just be laying back, just be thinking about how cool it would be to even take my kids somewhere, just
Yeah,
like
man.
we don't even got to wait for a plane ticket or nothing. We just be like, man, it's the weekend. It's hot. Let's go somewhere. Go to
Right.
Texas for the weekend. Go see family.
You
You
can do it
know,
last minute
ain't
every
got it
time.
right at last minute too. Cause ain't no need to be driving 10 hours. 4 hours in the air. You just chill. 4 hours back. It's nothing.
That's a real
Yeah, I
flex.
Yeah.
think it'd be nice.
Facts.
What I miss?
We was just talking about white Volvos and
Yeah,
hookers
pretty
and shit.
much.
And
We was
So
talking
flip
about that
flops.
white Volvo
No
guy that
socks
came
on.
through.
Ain't
talking about
that
fuck
funny?
fat bitches. That's
That guy
all.
asked you to park his truck for him. That's what we were talking about.
Oh my God, man. Let me read some of these comments. You guys been rapping here for a bit. Do you
We already
lease
went
too, or
past
do you
that
own
one.
your own truck, Highway?
Yeah,
Oh,
we already passed that one already.
yeah, yep. I said it.
Oh, okay. Where'd you all stop on the comments at?
That
On
That
that
one.
that
one.
one.
Okay. Railroader, yes, there is freedom, but it includes the freedom to fail because nobody is looking out for me. That is the truth.
Yeah.
Newman Attack, I only ever drive company, but I always hear guys going negative and being on the road for 2 to 5 months before going home just because they're leasing. I
Mm-mm.
don't think I've ever been out that damn long.
Nah, I
Dang,
don't give
2
a
to
damn how
5
much
months.
money I get in my pocket, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not staying out that long,
Yeah,
dude.
2 to 3 weeks, man, and that's about it for me. 4 at the
Right.
most.
Gotta get a reset.
I was
At
OTR
home.
just to stay away from my wife.
Oh Lord.
It's a
Life
great
with
way to
Lou.
run away from your problems, I'll tell you that much.
My wife talking about that or a real estate lawyer.
Yep. That's where it's at, man.
I went home for 2 weekends in a row and made enough money in between. I worked for American Airlines for years. There are several schools. If you're serious, if you ever more serious, the schools overseas are a better value. What's he talking about? Being a pilot or something?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
having a conversation
we
about it.
we may have been talking about flying and whatnot.
May or may not have been. Not not going to incriminate anything.
Nah, you
Zulu
wasn't
time.
here, so you missed out.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah. Zulu time productions are foreign schools recognized by airlines
By the
FAA.
FAA, I don't think that. See, that's the thing. I don't think that they are.
Right.
Huh.
You
That's a
have to
good
go to
question.
you'll have to go to a school. You'll pretty much have to go to an American school for all that stuff because even the foreign pilots, if they decide that hey they don't want to fly in their foreign country and want to fly in the U.S., they got to get recertified.
So according to Zulu, there are several that are. By the way, your video just went live there, love.
What do you mean?
You just had a video I just got a notification you got a new video out 5 minutes ago. Eating good.
Oh, that man. I posted a video like yesterday or the day before yesterday.
I
Scared
got
him.
I,
Scared him. Thought he
Getting that
went
late
live by mistake.
notification,
I
Right.
just got it 5 minutes ago, man. You made it.
Man, you
man.
sent me
YouTube
Railroader.
tripping,
you got,
man.
I'm like, who the hell posted videos for me?
Yeah, man.
Railroader, you just have to plan ahead and understand the bills don't stop.
Exactly.
Yes,
I
sir.
have a short video showing how to park your private plane. Yep, you probably would love seeing a plane in the middle of the pond, but it's just a yard ornament. There are several that are, sir. I will admit, I watch Prime YouTubers just because I find them entertaining, but the majority of them tend to stay out for months at a time.
Ain't
Yeah,
got no
there
other
are a lot
choice.
of. Yeah, they ain't got no other choice. But I always say foreign foreign pilots fly into American airspace. Q50. What you guys need to come up with super ego best lease purchase program since sliced
But
bread.
we'll go back to that
You know,
that comment. Foreign pilots do fly into American airspace, but that's if they're
Yeah.
international flight. If they want to come over and just stay local within the contiguous United States, then you got to get. I believe you have to be
You got a
recertified
certain amount of time.
by the
Yeah, yeah.
FAA standards because the FAA is U.S. based. It's not worldwide. I don't believe it's worldwide. Every country has their own standards that you got to go by.
you can skip past that super ego comment.
Also, you can come home and test immediately after graduation. Sir, this is not an argument.
Okay. But
If you go to Prime and get a CDL, you get a video camera YouTube channel with
damn, they got a
Yeah, yeah.
sign on bonus.
I feel like you can get real a lot of subscribers just by working at Prime for real. A lot of
Pretty
people just
much,
watch
yeah.
them.
I mean, that's the. I
I
mean,
watch their
let's
videos
be
straight
honest.
up.
That's the play, man. Because we're all watching them for better or for worse. You know.
Yup.
Hmm.
Not my
These
words. I'm just
motherfuckers.
relaying what
Lance.
Lance from Super Ego said.
Man, please don't
You,
talk about that guy,
Man.
no, yeah.
man. Please don't
I,
talk
Who's
I,
about
who,
that guy
who's
on this
Lance?
channel.
I've gotten an email from him before, and
Listen,
from
Who's
Super
Lance?
Ego. Yeah.
is a Florida native that's been known to be a pedophile. That's all I'm just gonna say right now.
Oh, is that the is
Oh,
that
okay.
drone guy? Is that the drone guy?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
yep.
He's very passionate about Super Ego. I'm gonna leave it at
Very
that.
passionate
I don't
about
think he
Super
making
Ego,
no
man.
money, man.
I'm
He's
gonna
making
leave
the
it at
money,
that.
but he's getting paid by Super Ego to say what he
Yeah,
says.
I'm gonna leave
that's
it at
what it
that
is.
before
I
I
don't
get
think he
another
really making
email.
money. They just paying him.
Mhm.
I've gotten 3 emails from Super Ego. I'm not gonna say another word
That's
about them.
that's just like JB Hunt. They keep calling me. Like I don't even remember last time I worked for JB Hunt. Like me
No,
stone to them was years
no.
ago. But they
Super
need the
Ego is
drivers back.
emailing me. Super Ego keeps emailing me, telling me to take my videos down. That's why I'm saying
Oh,
I want to talk about them.
Tell him pay me. Hey,
yeah,
tell him
man.
what Bowhead Trucker says. If you can pay me the right amount of money, and I'm gonna still leave the video up.
Still gonna leave it up, and I don't respond to their email. But they've emailed me 3 times telling me to take my videos down.
They forget that
So
we live in a capitalist society, man. This ain't Russia.
They just forget that this my channel, and I'm gonna do what I want on my channel. I'm not gonna disrespect them. I don't spread lies or nothing. I spoke exactly on what I went through, and I have pay stubs and emails to back it up.
Listen, you can't put salt and tell everybody it's sugar, bro. And
Right.
everybody is telling you that it's salt. If everybody on the internet is saying that it's salt and it's not sugar, where's the lie?
Right.
You'll get a couple of people that ain't got no taste buds, so it's like, yeah, it's
They still
sugar.
gonna come. Yeah.
They gonna
Yeah.
be drinking water behind closed
Yeah.
doors, but they gonna sit there and tell you, oh, it's definitely sugar. It's goddamn salt.
so
All
It's a
day.
damn.
FAA
The only thing that
licenses.
the only thing I'm sorry. Let me finish this. The only thing I don't like about Super Ego is because just based off of the videos that I watch and what I see, they it seems to me might not be the case, but it seems to me that they prey on a certain ethnic group,
They do.
Yeah, yeah.
and it seems like and they get away with it because I'm not saying anybody's stupid, but they don't know no better.
I mean, yeah. It's like you get your own truck. Hey, you give me my own truck, you're gonna be excited, man. You know?
Yeah, it's
It yeah, for sure.
when it comes to this certain ethnic group, it's when it comes to
It's
black people, bro. It can be you can make the most gulliblest person believe the lies, man.
yeah, yeah.
And we
Yeah.
have we have a problem in our own community. We have a problem where, oh well, that's his problem. Let me go see for myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
just gotta take. Hey, if you saying it ain't good, don't sit here talking about. Oh, well, let me go see for myself. Cause we never want to believe. We don't believe each other, but we'll believe another race over what we say.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fuck
That's
around
just
and
been my
find out
that's
it was a
just been my
disease.
opinion. You know, as I see it. So maybe different for everybody else, but that's just how I've seen it growing up. So
Facts. I mean, it's just an easy approach. You tell me no money down, no credit check, and then of course you're gonna go. I mean, that's just like with SFI. SFI got great trucks. They trucks nice, oh, bro. They had some like they running specials. Certain specials would be like I think somebody specials 500. It was 1,000. Usually it's like 3,000, depending on who you are, right? So
hmm
you get it like you just get into that truck at the end of the day, no matter how much it is. This truck nice, so I'm gonna try my best to stay into it, cause it's a nice truck for real.
yeah.
And you can't go finance
But
that from the
see,
dealership.
the difference is SFI ain't reversing your bank state.
You
Your
right?
bank
No.
payments.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to compare them like they that,
There's
but
clearly laws that Super Ego is willing to break and keep getting away
yeah,
with because nobody is saying anything. But these American companies are not too keen on doing that because they already know what the real consequences is.
right.
And all Super Ego got to be doing like, oh, you don't work for Super Ego, you work for one of our affiliates.
Yeah, because they keep changing their business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time one of their companies go bad, they shut them down and open up a new one.
Yep. They got all them. They got all them DOT numbers in the background. They just don't bring them up
Yeah,
until they need
and
to.
let me tell you, if DOT ever decides to crack down on Super Ego, ain't like they gon' it's not like they're gonna be affecting the big wigs that make money because they don't live here.
Yeah, they
They
really
don't
over
live here.
there.
They over there.
Yeah,
So
yep.
if they actually get
Can't
shut
touch it
down for
really.
good, they still got their money. And who
Yep.
over here, the small fry gets arrested, they go to jail. They ain't worried about them.
And them local people.
Exactly. That's just how it is.
I think it's on Jazz though.
Comments?
Waiting on you for the comments.
We waiting on
I've been trying to read them. These comments aren't really relevant, so not now anyway. So Kamikaze gets referrals from Super Ego.
No, we believe that.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, some of these comments.
that's freaking funny. Imagine if pilots had to pull into a wait station to report a call.
Man.
The same pot you used to boil the egg is the same pot you used to soften the potato.
Take it easy, Zulu. E7 Logistics.
That's one of the Super Ego companies.
Try time.
Yeah, that's their company.
Another one
yeah.
too. Yeah,
I know Try Time. I'll be sitting on their trucks. Yeah.
AM Hot Shot. I don't know about that one.
Nah, I ain't
Super Ego doing hot shots now.
Hey, they out there in Florida. Where you at?
Hey, they literally just they just
See
built
that
terminal in
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
yeah.
You know, all them Florida idiots. I mean, all them Florida boys been going up there and getting abandoning their trucks in Florida and can't get them all back. So it was like buy a couple of land, stick them trucks out there, and just call it a day.
Super Ego's got a place in Florida now.
Yeah, right up there in Jacksonville.
They
That's probably pretty smart of them to put that place there, so they have a place to put trucks.
Makes it easier to fleece you.
Yep.
Yeah. Makes it easier for them to fleece you.
Easier for them to quit.
Do you Landstar guys pull dry van or flatbed?
They got both.
But the only Landstar guy here is the only guy Landstar is 18.
Let's see.
Who do you pull for?
18. Your characterization of black people is outrageous. You must be confused. Negroes fit your description. Black people fully reject everything you have said. And I agree with you, but I'm only speaking from a place of what's the word? Experience. I'm only speaking to you of things that I have seen as a black man myself in my own community. I'm not sitting here downing anybody. I'm calling a spade a spade. That's just what it is. And yes, I know there's a difference between black people and ignorant ass. We already know where I'm going with that. So
no, where are you going with that?
You don't need to know. We know what we talking about. Don't worry about it. What's the next comment? They're coming for last. Because they built their terminal not too far from that Landstar terminal, I guess. That's where Super Ego's at.
Oh, that's okay. Dang,
I'm gonna let y'all have that Super Ego conversation. I'm not saying another word about them.
Super Ego come after you?
I got 3 emails from them telling me to take my videos down.
I didn't know you had any videos up about them.
Oh yeah.
How long ago were they?
Some were last year. One or two was last year, and just anytime I mention them in a video, I get an email from their marketing department asking me
Did
what I
you
like
work
to
there at
do.
one time?
Yeah, he
For
spent a
about
little. Yeah, he
for
was there
about
for a
4
little
weeks,
bit.
I did work there. Worst 4 weeks of my life, and I wish I could take them back.
That's
But
how I feel about USA Truck.
Man, they suck, bro.
Yeah, they do.
I had a tail truck with them. Oh, bro, they suck.
I did too. That's what we were talking about earlier. I had a tail truck with them.
What was
I
worse, the
about went
tail truck?
bankrupt.
Yep.
10
See,
what was
tail
worse for
only
you,
put
the
you.
truck, the leasing, or was just USA by itself?
I say the leasing it could be great, but tail only want to put you with companies that don't make money.
Yep.
So that's what it is.
So basically, what they designed for you to fail.
Yeah, it's like they
They want your
designed for
money
you.
out of you. They want
So
the
let me
truck
ask
and the
you a
money.
question. Hold on a second. Let me ask you a question, Highway. Have you been up just east of Indianapolis? I forget what the name of the city is. That's where Tell is now. They just opened up a brand new big building. And when I
They
say
did.
this, I'm not exaggerating. There's over 1,000 trucks sitting there and probably 500 trailers. Over 1,000 just sitting there.
I ain't seen it, but I know one of the people had reached out to me basically saying they're not going like letting people lease like getting it, the lower down payment. I think it was like 500. They're not doing that. They actually doing credit checks. I'm like, that's not gonna work. It's a lot of truck drivers that don't have that credit. If
I
they
got a
did, they
lot of
wouldn't come to
trucks
tail.
sitting. Cause yeah, if you had credit,
Go
I
to the
mean, you going
dealership.
to the dealership, right? Yeah,
What
Yeah.
truck
it
did
makes
you
better
have at
sense.
Tell?
I had a Peterbilt.
See, I had a
The
Volvo. What was
579.
your payment on that truck?
It wasn't a lot. I think it was like
800 or
honestly, I
so?
think it was like it was seven like 47.
Yeah.
747. Yeah.
Mine wasn't that
It was low.
expensive either.
Right.
I could have
had
easily
had a tail
made
truck
it
too.
at any company with that price, you know what?
Yeah, it's a guy that I know that paid his truck off from tail, but he went through it. I don't know. He actually
He
made
must
it
have
through,
really
but
loved that truck.
he's the only person I ever seen that made it. He got a YouTube, but yeah, I don't know. He paid off. He got the title. He got like a lot of the money back that
What's
he
his
make put in
YouTube
the
channel?
escrow.
Remember?
I'm gonna look for it and find. I'm subscribed to him, so I'll tell it to you.
I had a tail truck before too.
Yeah, how'd that work for you?
It didn't.
Where'd you had it leased onto?
Total transportation.
Basically,
But
same
which
thing.
was
USA.
worse, the lease or the company?
Total's US Express, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Which I think
Total's
now
Swift.
Swift owns them. Yeah.
Yeah, not Swift
Total
owns them.
Swift.
His channel is USTC.
Okay.
USTC. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's it.
He's still making videos.
Yeah, he got another truck, not from Tail, but he's trying to put like a driver in that truck too, in his Tail truck, but that he paid off. But I don't know how good it was going. He was trying to work out the payments because he was trying to keep it leased on to another company. And yeah.
Oh yeah, see, last video was about 2 months ago.
Call the railroad if you need stuff moved. We derail less than Amazon Prime crashes.
Don't y'all take forever to bring the stuff from one side of the country to the other side?
I've been trolling hard.
I mean, he's your mom's favorite railroader, so
Man.
Right. Favorite for a reason, I guess.
Pop Tart says, I don't understand why everyone is leasing trucks and trailers. It's not set up for you to win. I'm not saying people can't, but it's not set up for you to win. I agree with you.
like I said earlier, if you take the learning approach, the educational approach to leasing, you'll be more you tend to be more successful whether or not you complete that lease or not, because it's an experience that you're gaining. You're getting a greater understanding of what owning an equipment or running a business is.
That
should always be a stepping stone.
So even if you don't finish that lease, you got that knowledge of how to run a business. The next step would be to what? get you a truck from the dealership, or get you a truck from
Yeah.
somewhere where it's much more manageable, much more easier to deal with. Because let's face it, all leases are pretty much it's an accelerated program, more or less.
Yeah, that's why I say I just don't. I think a lot of people don't actually pay attention to that part. When you leasing, you just learning the business. That's really all it is. You learning
Yeah,
what you
because
actually need to do.
what's the first thing that most people have on their mind when they go leasing the truck? Money.
Money.
Not how to manage a business, not how to
Right.
work
It's
a
it's
truck,
it's two
not
things. It's
understanding.
money and going home and being able to go home when they want to.
Yep.
Not every driver want to go home all the time, but that's I ain't gonna lie. I really say sometimes for people leasing, that going home when you want to is probably bigger than the money sometimes because
Hmm.
that's really why people do it so they can have that
And
freedom.
that's understandable, but yeah, but I feel like a lot of people miss out on the educational factor of leasing
Yeah,
because they're so focused on running those miles and getting that check and not actually learning how to properly run a business. So that way, when their eyes do open up and say, you know what, maybe it's time for me to go somewhere else where I got the knowledge now. Is there a way for me to actually make and retain that money instead of spending 8, 9, 10, 1100 a week? Maybe I can retain 1100 a week and only spend 1100 a month on a truck.
That
what if
freedom is a dangerous drug.
Well, it sure is, man. It's just as bad as fentanyl, if you ask me.
Yep. For truckers, yeah, that freedom is dangerous.
yes, sir.
I've never tried fentanyl. I wouldn't know.
Don't knock it till you
Yeah,
try it. No, don't do that. Don't nobody do that
It's
shit.
Don't do it. Don't
Hello.
do it. Don't do it.
Hell no.
Don't do it.
Stay
so
numb
hey,
Big
till
come
you
Timer
here.
go.
says it's tough to make it with a 4,500 a month truck note. That is true. That
And
is
another
true.
thing that I think I agreed with Country about this last week, or somebody with it about the other week before. But another big thing as well too is if you if you don't got no family, leasing can be a really good thing
Yes,
because
sir.
you're not beholden to anybody. But if you have a family, you have to have that at home support because ain't nothing worse than sitting here trying to make it for you and yours, and then you and yours is not understanding what it is that you're doing and what the goal is, because they can sink you just as bad as any other as being out there with any company leasing. You have to have strong support at home, and they have to understand what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Irishman says money and a big shiny piece of equipment that is big. Pop Tart says cash trucks are cheap. Used trucks are cheaper than cars now. They are cheaper than motorcycles and boats. Yeah, I'm looking. Um,
Yeah, but also remember, hey, just because it's cheaper, it might be cheaper to obtain, but it might not necessarily be cheaper to maintain.
Yes,
Now
sir.
there's always a give and take with anything. Leasing, you can lease a truck and you can have a maintenance program. You can buy a $10,000 truck, but you might have to sink $20,000 into it to make it roadworthy. It's always a give and take of everything. Because like I said, you for me, for example, I got me a used truck. My truck wasn't that expensive, but hey, there's some things that need to be taken care of. That's why I'm still sitting here. But once you get past that hurdle of trying to fix things, and you have a truck that you can go at least a good 100,000 miles before you need to repair anything else, that's a good safe bet to go with. But you always have to look at the pros and cons of everything. You got 10K, you can go buy your truck. How much is it really going to afford you to get that truck roadworthy? Permit stickers and all that stuff, tires, because $10,000 truck ain't gonna come ready to go down the road. That's just not a thing.
so your mom's favorite railroad says is Poppy coming back to the lives? I don't know yet for sure. We've talked about it. If we do, it'll probably be like a Wednesday live like we did before. Don't know yet for sure. So Big Timer says go to Bay and Bay and get one of those W900s for 250K with a $50,000 buyout at the end.
Jesus.
Mm-mm.
Cash trucks, you run them in the ground
run them up tax numbers, and take the tax numbers and write them off the next later model year. You have a fleet, and trust me, after 10 trucks, you're in the game.
Hey, there's a way to do everything.
Would you guys rather have a good-looking truck on the outside or inside?
¿Por
That's
qué
a
no
good
los
question.
dos?
Man, I don't care what the truck look like. To be real, I like making money. If it run, that's
you
me.
get from A to B. That's all I care about.
That
If
you
it's
know,
mechanic,
until you get to a certain spot.
in the beginning, it's got to be mechanically sound.
Yep.
That's what
That's
you
all
should
that we
be
worried about.
That's what you should be worrying about first. When you make money and you able to retain money, then you can start making it look pretty.
Yeah, then you can get the paint job and the chrome and the aluminum wheels and with the spokes and all that.
But mechanically sound is the first thing that you gotta. That's the first thing you gotta worry about, man. Because that turbo go out, you got $6,000 to replace it.
Yes, sir.
So it's
Not
all
even
about tax
$6,000.
write-off. You have to know how to move the money to your own equipment and not go into debt. Big Timer says, I have to be comfortable on the inside. I agree. I think I'm more of the inside guy too.
I mean, that's your home. You need to be comfortable at home.
Yeah.
You know when I know when the rates are gonna go
That's
back
all
up?
that really matter.
When everybody is standing in line waiting to get their wheels polished, that's when you know the rates are going back up. That's when you know the market's gonna be good again, bruh.
When the blue beacon line is down the street.
Blue beacon line is out the door for 6
Yeah,
hours. That's when you know the rates are good, boy.
Hey,
Until then,
hey, I got a better option than that. You know, when the rates are better is when you see the Asian health spas lines getting big, or a lot of trucks parked in those lots. So you know they're getting some massage work done, then the money rates are going up.
Hey,
Right.
you know when the rates are gonna be back up? When there's gonna be a lot more parking at the truck stops because everybody else is out there running, not sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
Man, I see a lot of people sitting in the morning time. Like
This truck stop that I'm at in South Carolina at the Loves, just on the south side of Greenville, this thing has been packed all day long. Absolutely. I'm actually parked in the fire lane. I was going to move into another spot, but nobody ever moved.
Hey.
I don't think I could be in a truck that has 27 colors on the body panels.
What's wrong with the autism truck?
Yes, sir.
Everything we have is 24s and 25s. It's all about knowing how to set go and stay humble enough to mature into millions and millions you can't even you don't want to.
I agree with
Super Ego trucks have the white steel wheels, so they don't need polish. That's true.
Man.
They get the cheapest, lowest model trucks that they possibly can, don't they?
Yep. Then the passenger seat don't even got air ride.
What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my truck doesn't have air ride. This SFI truck.
Nah.
The passenger seat doesn't.
Nah.
No, my SFI truck had air ride.
Internationals don't. I got other things that yours didn't
My
have, but it
International
doesn't have
has
air ride.
on both seats.
I got a massager on the driver's
you
seat.
got like you got a different I know which one you got, but yeah, nah, my International, it don't got air ride on, but my older one got air ride on it.
Yeah,
You still have an SFI truck, Highway?
Nah, I don't got an SFI truck.
Super Ego trucks come with a passenger seat, so that's not extra.
Oh, my bad. I think it is. I just was false advertised. I'm sorry about that.
I ain't got nothing to say.
You know, these SFI trucks too don't have aluminum wheels on the inside either. You know that?
Yeah, I thought that was weird when I asked the lady about it, and I was like, "Can I just get aluminum all around?" Like, "Oh, that's how we come inspect." I'm like, kind of seems weird that once that paint rubs off, aluminum and steel should not be touching each other. They literally rust themselves up. But I guess they've had success with it. It is what it is. Whatever, you know. But at least you get an electric APU, which is nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Highway, post your channel up here, can you? You know how?
If I could find it.
No, I don't even. Yeah, I was.
Do you find it?
Probably got to post it. Yeah.
You have to be able to hold on to the dollar because if you give them all away, you won't have any.
Yeah,
True statement.
yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of people start just to. That's too why a lot of people fail. At least it's like they'll get a lot of money one week and then they'll go spend that and think it's gonna be the same next week. And truck in general, like it's not gonna be the same next week.
Yep.
Hey, trucking is volatile, man.
There
What
you go,
happens
Michael.
one
He
week is
posted
not
it.
the same as next week. You could be doing great one week, and next week you could be like, shit, what the fuck happened?
Right.
I swear.
So here's the question.
Hey, get a nail in your tire, and all of a sudden you done lost $1,300 to replace 2 stairs. Shoot.
Here's a question. That's a good topic, 18. Do you prefer APU, EPU, or OptiIdle?
OptiIdle sucks. Never used it. I had a Swift truck. No, because when I was leasing from Swift, I've never used the OptiIdle. Just crack my windows open because I can't stand sleeping and then having the truck wake me up during my 10 hours because it wants to idle for 4 or 5 hours at a time. That's ridiculous. I was against EPUs for the longest because I had an APU before with my last Landstar truck, which was a Volvo truck, and it worked. It was fine. The only problem that I have with EPUs is that it gets too hot out in the day. It's struggling. It's not blowing no cold air. You gotta idle. You have to idle the truck if you want to bring it down to temps. Believe during the summer I was in North Carolina and it was 115 degrees outside and the EPU was struggling. I had to idle all freaking day during the 34. So that's the downside of having EPUs. They're not strong like the APUs. When the temperatures get up there, but they're manageable any other time. So, what do you guys prefer?
I've never had a truck with an APU, so I can't speak upon that. But I like the EPU, and honestly, the OptiIdle never worked on my Kenworth, so I really couldn't answer that either.
Kenworth
It,
doesn't
it's
have OptiIdle, do they?
They got
it's
their
I thought
own
the
that was
version.
that's a Freightliner
Yeah,
thing.
they call it something else. It's their version, same thing, same shit.
the EPU probably is better, quieter,
Yeah,
just a little
But
fan blowing.
it's definitely quieter.
Yeah, the little
It was
fan
like
blowing
10
back
times
there.
quieter, but
Yep. And you know you ain't gotta waste no diesel on it, so that's way
that
better.
too, that too. But if I was really like for my truck, I would want to go get an APU. It's an older truck. I'm not gonna sit here and throw batteries on it. A used
Facts. I
APU would
understand
just
that.
would just do it fine.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't have to start the truck if I need to cook.
You
With
right.
an
Yeah.
with an
Yeah, you
EPU,
right.
you gotta start that truck if you want to cook, and I
Now,
like cooking in my truck.
that's why I would agree with you with the APU because I be trying to watch TV or play the game and then it'll kick it and cut it off. So after a while.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I could play game when I had the SFI Freightliner. Watch TV all day with the EPU. But as soon as I'm ready to go, make me some food,
Cook yup.
you at least use the microwave. It's a done deal. I gotta get that. You got run the truck. So
I think my
either
router
way,
was too powerful for it because I
oh
said
yeah,
like
one of
after
them
an
big
hour.
boy routers, man. You want missing no signals, huh?
Yeah, nah, man. You know I be on PC streaming too, so
Oh well,
yeah.
yeah. You gonna be hogging, man. You got a laptop or straight computer tower?
I got the laptop, the gaming
Oh, okay.
laptop.
I was about to say you got a computer tower in your truck, man. I wonder if you could mine while driving. That'd be some funny shit, man. Get a little PC tower, put it in the back, and just mine for some Bitcoin while you going down the highway.
Man,
I mean,
I don't know.
technically, you ain't
That'd
gonna
be
be
cool.
using any power because you just read. It's just the
Yup.
freaking just reusing, just remaking power. So yeah. What about you, love? What would you prefer?
I mean, y'all pretty much said it. Like, I ain't got neither, and I ain't got none of them right now. So I prefer sub because but like I said, my AC compressor out right now. So goddamn,
Yeah, I forgot you said that, man. You gotta
right.
get that AC. You gotta get that
I
AC
prefer a
fixed,
block of
man.
ice on my nipples right now if it mean anything to
Man,
you. But
Is that damn bad, huh?
man, shit, man.
What's
Give me
the
give me
compressors
a
on
maid
back
with a
order or
big lease,
something?
goddamn it. Huh?
Is a compressor on back order or something?
No, it just I haven't been able to get by a dealership and like the loves and stuff tend to
it's the
sell them.
time, ain't it?
Yeah, but they just ain't
Timing
nobody
sucks when
got
you
them.
gotta go
And
dealership.
I'm not finna let loves go to a dealership and then they charge me $200 for a parts run,
Right.
but I can go get it myself. But the dealerships usually be closed on the weekends and you can't get to them.
How easy it is to replace one of you can you do it yourself? Should
Yeah,
be
it's
pretty. It should be relatively easy, right? With some
Yeah, cause
yeah,
basic
it's on the
tools from Harbor Freight.
yeah.
it's right up
Hell
front
no.
and mine is belt driven or whatever. So
Uh huh.
yeah, it's right up front. It's maybe an hour of labor at best. You just kind of un unmount it and
I
then
mean,
remount the new one.
I
Yep.
say watch
Put the
5
belt on.
YouTube videos on how to do it, and you become a professional,
You
man.
already know. I
That's
mean,
how I
once you
do.
become
That's
an
how
owner
I do it,
operator, once you're an owner operator, YouTube University, your best friend.
Yes, sir.
man. I got a doctorate in YouTube University, boy. I tell you.
I swear.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I
man.
had an APU. My current EPU maintenance is far cheaper. It is cheaper until you gotta replace them damn batteries, boy. Them EPU batteries are not cheap at all, man. I think they'll run you just as much as replacing a set of drives.
Facts.
Love him much. That was the interest on your truck. Love, how much was the interest on your truck?
I mean,
You
it
got a
wasn't
Lone
that
Mountain
much.
truck, right?
No, I got from Arrow.
Oh, Arrow.
Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean the listed price was what 39,500. I had the 4-year, 400-mile warranty on it. Without the warranty, I would have been paying what 12.30 a month. With the warranty, I paid 16.21. Um,
You have an NTP warranty?
yes,
I'm about to look into getting one of those as well too when I get
yeah.
back
I
out
just
on the
had them
road.
tack that onto my payment,
Hmm.
so they put all that in there with that instead of just paying it all up front, like I guess some people have to
I
do.
know Landstar has a good program with NTP, and they'll just take it out your pay and stuff like that. But or it should
I
work
don't,
pretty fine.
I don't have a lot of interest towards my truck. All I know is without the warranty, I would have had what 3 years on the truck, but with the warranty, I have 3 years and 6 months. I don't have an exact figure for the interest on the truck, but it's still of a hell of a lot less than I was paying when I was at SFI. That truck I had, I was paying 3,600 a month. That's just for the
Yep.
truck payment. That don't even include the mandatory maintenance account you have to have.
Doesn't that concern you guys though with an older truck of it breaking down? I mean, just what happens if I mean, I know you guys have warranties and shit, but I mean, just other shit that ain't under warranty. Doesn't that bother you guys? I mean, it could literally put you guys out of business if you don't have the money saved up.
But that's
I
not
think
I
I think
that
for
shouldn't
people
happen.
it's not usually it's labor. That's why I always stress like if you're gonna get a used truck, at least learn how to replace the small things because small things can be freaking expensive labor wise. Like a $10 part, they're still charge they're gonna and it takes 2 hours to repair. They're still gonna charge you 2 hours of labor. And what 2 hours of labor? How much is labor at the dealerships nowadays? Almost what
Ab-
$200 an hour or
Yeah,
some
about
craps
yeah,
like
two
that.
175,
Yeah.
175 to
So
225.
if you could watch a video on learning how to replace a leveling valve instead of letting the dealership replace your leveling valve, not only will you're gonna save you at least $200-300 because you probably only spend $50 in 2 hours of your time on how to replace it.
See, I really just tell you, like, if you get a used truck, you really just need to look at who you leasing on to.
Yep.
So, like, anywhere I go, like where I'm at, if my truck was to break down right now, even though I got the money to go get it fixed, I can call them. They literally gonna say what dealership you want to go to. We'll send the paperwork to it, the dealership, or if it's a small place, we'll pay for it.
So they'll
So,
pay
and
they'll
you
pay
just,
for it, and then it comes out of your payments.
and they take it out 8 weeks. It go out of 8 weeks or whatever it
See
is.
that
They don't matter
see
the
if,
price
if
of
you
it.
can find a company that does that for you, even better.
That's what. That's why
That's
I say
even
you
better.
just. That's what your best outcome is, to look at where you going to lease your truck with. Not only if they paying right, but make sure that they take care of maintenance for you, because it's companies you'll go to that'll leave you on the side of the road and tell you, hey, take our decals off. You fired.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it doesn't hurt to be a little mechanically inclined for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
for the
As you
small
are owner
stuff.
operator. Yep, you are owner operator. This your business like anything. I know when I had a Peterbilt, which is I sold it. It was terrible. I had like small stuff sensors. A sensor they tried to tell me they was gonna charge me $1,000 to put in. I went and got it. The sensor piece was only like $45. I went on the side of the road and just put the sensor in, took the D-rate off, So
Right.
yeah, just pay
And
attention.
I'd
I
say
didn't even have to look up. I just seen it was cut.
if you don't know how to change a headlight, don't buy a truck.
So this headlights are easy, but let me read this comment here.
You'll be surprised.
Love, you driving international?
Yeah, I have 2020 International mid roof, has a Cummins X15 in it.
So your mom's favorite railroad, you probably know more than the truck stop mechanics just watching YouTube. Says, okay, I'll teach you guys something. If you're freezing and your truck doesn't idle, or if it's too hot, just get a rock and put it to your pedal. Batteries are still cheaper. James, that Loves, yeah, that's the right Loves, Irishman. He's Big Timer says, get a used truck and have 20,000 set aside. Flying Patty says Thermo byproducts have great parts at lower prices for APUs. Doesn't say Thermo King or Carrier, but it's the same part under bunk heater parts as well. Pop Tart says, I'm getting off here, but change the steer tire so you don't end up coming into traffic or sticking riding around dangers. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's the best advice. Good night, y'all. I agree.
Of course.
What trucks do you guys prefer and why?
That's the truck that make us money.
Yeah, that's right. That's a big question
with the
that
least problems and the most profit that you can make.
So that's the question that has always been for the last 50 to 100 years when trucking businesses and started and stuff. Everybody has their opinions of which truck is the best. Me and 18 used to go at it all the time about Freightliner and International, and I had the attitude, hey, whatever makes the most money, kind of what he just said. Yeah, and guess what? Now he's driving an International. He doesn't have a Freightliner any longer. He actually bought an International on my advice.
But at the end of the day, right?
It was all about money.
Be a Freightliner.
Nah. You bought the right truck for the money.
DD15 or a 60 series. It's always a Freightliner.
That's why you're driving an International.
But the logical answer is whatever truck makes you the most money.
Hey,
and give you the least amount of
profit. You can. Let me tell you what. You can't disagree to this. The Internationals, honestly, are the cheaper trucks to get when it comes to the dollar. They are the cheaper trucks. And you get the Cummins like I have. They will run
30,000.
Mm-hmm.
They're going 30,000 right now. Ryder, Penske.
Not the Cummins that I've seen. They're
Freedom. We were talking about Lone Mountain earlier, and that's actually a really good place to get a truck. And I'm actually exercising that right now. Is that where you got your truck at?
I got my truck from Lone Mountain.
That's where I'm going to end up going to, I believe.
Old JB Hunt unit.
Yeah, yup. My payment only $1,100.
Your mom's favorite railroader. I don't like the International. They look like Megamind. I agree with you. They have a funny look to them on the top. But you know what? They make money. My truck's getting ready to start right now.
It's all in the angle. If you look at it at a certain angle, it looks like a really nice truck. But if you look at it head on, that bitch ugly as fuck.
Give me that W900. I'm going to look at one tomorrow. W900s, man, that's a long hood.
Yeah.
They don't really get the best fuel mileage. Whatever you're driving, don't get a 23 or later PACCAR engine. You mean
never
23 or older?
Get a PACCAR.
You mean older because the new PACCARs are actually pretty decent. Those are European engines. Well, they're all European. All European engines one way or the former.
You can ask that to Poppy's friend. He has the 24 Peterbilt right now. That's a PACCAR. that's been in the shop more than it's been on the road for the last year. He'll tell you,
Yup.
nope, don't get a pack car. Matter of fact, he's in the process of suing Peterbilt and pack car for that right now.
Yeah.
Well,
No pack cars at all.
sometimes you just get the bad luck, bad draw of the straw. So
The angle only.
It's too many bad ones.
I got to tell you though, the International, even though it's an ugly truck, it's a very well laid out truck. The only complaint that I really have about the inside of the pack or the International, two things: if it's older than a 24, the bunk does not go up. If it's 24 or newer, the bunk does go up. And also, this
Well, I have a
little
2020 and my bed's up now.
yours is a mid roof though, right?
Yes, sir.
Mid roofs go up. The other ones do not.
I
They're
don't mind
fixed.
because every truck that I've owned that had a fold up or fold down, it folds down and that becomes storage, and it never goes
And
back
it's a
up,
shit
so.
storage is what it is. You have shit on your truck you don't need when you do that. So the other complaint that I have is where the microwave is. It doesn't really have a microwave shelf. It's just sitting there. That's the oddest thing.
I will say the cupboards are deep, but they're not wide, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're deep, but they're not wide. They're not
Well,
wide.
good night,
enough to
Irishman.
Make it
Need to get some
worthwhile,
sleep. Everybody be safe. Don't get a pack car. Period. I agree. There's other guys on here that like the pack car, but 25 kW W900 mid roof comes with a pack car engine.
I don't know, man. These pack cars,
Brian
the
Jess
new
is
pack cars are pretty solid, but you know,
Brian
to each
Jess has
their
got
own.
a pack car in his, and he's pretty happy with it. He said fuel mileage is pretty good on it.
You definitely get good fuel mileage with these pack. They're light motors. They're not steel or aluminum. There's some other. It makes them lighter, so you'll definitely get
I think they're
better fuel
plastic, aren't
mileage
they?
with
Aren't
them.
they polymer? And that what the block is polymer, not iron or something.
Polymer something. Yeah, it's a mix of some shit. It's not metal. No,
So here's
graphite.
somebody.
It's graphite. It's a graphite block.
Newman says, nope, 23 and Packard in newer Packard engines are lemons, and Packard decided they will lose less money by honoring warranties and not doing a recall. Wow.
Man, they have too much stuff on back order, so truck could be enough forever.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing with that's just the thing with trucking nowadays, man. You don't want that one part that's been on back order for 2 years to fail on you
Yep.
because
I need
that's
a depth sensor. They ain't have them in. It was crazy.
yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing that'll kill people. But hopefully, hey, maybe next year all of a sudden we got all these parts just laying around in warehouses for the last couple of years that just magically show up next
Yep.
day air, you know.
Or a dude that's doing part outs. He buying like a lot of trucks and he putting them online to where you can just look up the parts.
Buy the parts.
He on YouTube. Yeah, he on YouTube. I can't think of his name, but probably about the best
money
place.
doing it that way too.
Yup.
I tell you what, being a diesel mechanic right now would probably be a good
Yes.
idea, place to be at.
Yeah, yep. I was definitely telling people you just if you know how to work, man. If you know how to do that, you could just be roadside out your car right now and just make a lot of money for real.
Mm-hmm.
So the bad engines were still in 2024, but I cannot say if they're in the 25s.
They are.
I still wouldn't buy a pack car.
Not at all.
I had a 579 that I took from 30 to 100,000 miles, and
So highway, let me tell you what.
Run from it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did run from it, but they're supposedly they're supposed to be better now.
So highway, Lone Star or Lone Mountain's got some old Walmart International 2020s that have APUs. Their mileage 400s. I'm trying to remember 4,000 down, 1525 a month for 40 months. That sounds like a great deal, don't it? When it's all said and done, it's 65 grand when it's all said and done with everything. That's what I'm looking at is one of those. And it has APU already on it from day one too, because it's Walmart. And you know, Walmart, most of their loads aren't real heavy either.
Right.
And they're taken care of. Most of those trucks only see 300 to 400 miles a day because they don't go far past their distribution centers.
Yep.
It'll be a good buy.
And Lone Mountain give you a fuel card if you want to use they give you a fuel card too.
Lone Mountain gives you a fuel card?
Yep. Yeah. So yep.
Don't they own an insurance company as well too?
Who's it through? The fuel card.
It's
who's the card?
they use EFS, but it's not like a different like a name. Like I'll show you. It's just a regular EFS. Like if you on my card, bro, too much going on. So yeah, it
I
just
didn't
come
know that.
regular.
Let me see.
Bro,
I
let
didn't
me
It's
see
let
it.
me drop
preloaded.
let me
Go
drop
down a little
some.
bit. Go down a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
got
A
got you.
regular
yeah
EFS card.
yeah.
So what was their requirements when you put? Did you put 4,000 down? Is that what you did?
I put down Plus I had got I think the 3 year.
The NTP
3
warranty.
Yeah.
Okay, and did they require you to have money in your bank too, or some shit like?
Yeah. Yeah, so they have you they want you to have the down payment plus like an extra $2,000. It might not be exactly 2,000, it could be like 1,500, but they want you to have some
Okay.
extra money. They just want a screenshot of it, and you send email that over to them. They'll look over it, then they approve you, and then they'll pass you on to a salesman. Then you'll pick out your truck with them. You can
Do
pay
you
your
get to
down.
pick out the truck, or they just tell you what truck you getting?
No, they got all the trucks. They'll tell you all the ones. You could pick out which one you want. They all like the same color, so you're just pretty
White.
much picking a VIN number, in a mileage. Yep. So once they do that, your salesman to pick it out. You'll pay over the phone instead of like wiring. I know like SFI, you could just pay it with your debit card, and you got 2 weeks to come pick it up.
Man, SFI made me feel like I was doing some illegal shit when I was sending them some money, boy.
I want you to wire that money, huh?
that money, boy. I said I ain't never wired no money a day in my life, boy, man.
So your mom's favorite railroader. Would you ever look into driving for Walmart or a private fleet? I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe in the as you
Maybe
get
when you're
older.
older and you just
Yeah.
want to, lounge around as just a hobby. It's not like a life because I can't. I can't deal with these rules that these private fleets they got, man. Walmart with that cell phone policy is just asinine to me. Primic with the driver facing cameras is just not, it's just a big no, man.
So let me read these comments. Patty says he likes the International, but he knows more about shakers with the DD engine, and parts are reasonable, and loads of videos on how to work on them. So Newman made some comments here. Newman made some comments. He hauled for Walmart, and maintenance was okay, but the drivers were required to clean and wash the trucks every week. I would buy one. So I got a question for you on that. Do they slip seat their trucks at Walmart, or is it a truck that stays with the same driver? Because there was a little bit of conversation between me and another driver
Yeah.
about that.
It's a difference in
They were saying they
it's a
slip
toss
seat.
up. Some of them is slip
I heard
seat,
that
some
too.
of them aren't. It
Yeah,
depends
Well, he
on how
told
far
me
you
got
go
they
out.
regular.
Well, he told me that some of the older guys that have been driving for like more than 5 years get to keep their trucks, but they do
Yeah,
slip seat a lot of them too.
they
You
still
can
y'all.
tell who slip seats and who don't just by
Right.
looking at them rims, because them Walmart trucks be going down the highway with them, man, they polish the hell out them damn wheels.
Yeah, they be looking good, all of them.
They be looking real good, man.
So he believes Walmart got rid of their phone policy. I had a buddy that drove for Walmart and he did slip seat. And slip seating, unless you earn seniority, no exceptions. Okay,
Yep.
so that kind of answers that question. Don't really have any way to know if it was a slip seated truck or not, so just got to take a look at it.
More than likely, it probably was.
So, with you being at Walmart, anything I should really look at on this truck that you know of specifically? Is there something maybe the maintenance isn't done enough on, or maybe I need to look out for something? Because I know they replaced the tires all the way around. Because your truck came with new tires on it, right? Highway.
Yeah. I got brand new tires on mine.
What brand? What tire brand did they put on?
I think mine is
And you just got your
it might
truck
be
recently too, right?
yeah, I got it not too
6
long ago,
months
a
ago or
couple
so.
months ago. Yeah. I think it's if I am mistaken, I know it's not Goodyear. It's
Firestone,
I'm
probably.
always it might be Firestone, yeah.
Yeah, I seen a lot of them. I have Firestones.
Not
So
the
Patty
most of
says
them
he
come with
has
Michelin's on them.
Fine Patty says, I have an ex Wally World truck, and while mechanically sound, the interior shows the signs of slip seating. Yeah, that's again, I would put seat covers on it anyways, as long as the seats were in decent shape. Because honestly, I would probably replace the seats with the nicer ones anyways and be comfortable. Especially if I'm, paying a lot less for the truck, I can afford to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
You,
And
you
that's
come
probably something you're looking at too, aren't you?
yeah. It's it's way better. It's like coming from if people come from paying $4,500 a month, you like, man, I got to pay $1,000. I could just really.
I got to tell you
way
though,
less stress.
These international seats, you got the standard international seats, right? From the JB Hunt. They're gray too, aren't they?
Yeah.
See, my seats are black, so it doesn't show dirt half as bad. And I've got seat covers over mine too, which help. But the problem that I have with the international seats, there's not a lot of cushion in there. And believe it or not,
sure isn't. It's a little.
Believe it or not,
I feel like they're a lot skinnier than.
Believe it or not, I've got a
seats.
little bit over 100,000 on this truck now, and the seat just doesn't have the padding on it. Now it does have the back massager on it, which is really nice, but they're just not good seats. What do you think, Steve? Because you got an international. Hey, you know what? All four of us have internationals here. I didn't even think of that just now.
I mean,
we just got the good engine.
I got like these basic Betty ass seats, and even the
basic Betty, I like
that. even the driver's seat I got, it only got one armrest on it. So, man,
oh my god, man!
So it's
I
terrible.
Guess I got lucked out, man. I got two, but they ain't put
one
on the passenger seat. The only thing, like I said, the only thing I don't like is that the seats feel a little thin, like skinny wise, like there's no width to them. My freight, when I was in Freightliners and all the other trucks, they feel they got a lot of back support, but man, I'm gonna make me some money. That these rates go up, man. Go buy me one of them Bostrom seats or one of them air ride seats, with the leather and the massager and the heater and all that stuff in there.
Yup.
That's how you know when the
like
rates
the
go back up. Oh, so we got man. I loved when I had my 780. That 780 was nice. You got the massager right there.
Let me read these comments.
It didn't have physical massage, but they had like the air.
It go
in and out.
So we got some good comments here, guys. Let me read these. My buddy was slip seating, but it was with two other drivers, and they never changed. All of them picked what went in the truck, like a TV, microwave, etc. He also said, and he mentioned that they will report drivers to ROC if the truck is dirty and stuff like that. So here's a good question. Freedom USA. If I get a truck from Lone Mountain, how can I drive to JB Hunt Terminal without license plate and DOT inspection for its equipment requirements? Well, the DOT inspection you're going to get immediately from Lone Mountain. They're going to make you get one, right? Am I right on that?
Yeah. So once you go test drive the truck, they'll send you out and say, it's best that you don't have to, but it's best that you go and get your inspection. So if anything is wrong, you can bring it right back. You got 2 days for them to fix whatever is wrong. Second, how you gonna drive that? Lone Mountain gives you a temp tag. So,
and you can get a hunter's permit too, also to drive it to the terminal that shows that you have intent to drive to with JB Hunt. That's what that's called. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hunter's permit, yeah.
The basic insurance,
but
just the bobtail insurance.
No, hunter's permit. It's just intent, a letter of intent, basically.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna need it because they gonna give him plates
to drive it, though, right?
Well, he got to have insurance to pull off. So
yeah, you gotta have insurance to pull off. But the temporary,
that's what I meant.
The temporary plate, but you're not gonna have any DOT numbers on it though either. That's why you need the hunter's permit for the letter of intent.
You don't need the hunter's.
I mean, you don't need it because you're not hauling anything. It's just basically personal use. They'll see it. You don't even have to write not for hire on the side of it. You can just go ahead.
As long as you got bobtail insurance, you're good to go, right?
Yeah, you don't even have to have plates. You could run it without plates. You could ride all the way home without plates. It's the same thing.
It's the commercial.
So
vehicle.
Kenworth and Half Moon, New York, are selling legacy seats for $700 at the minute. That's kind of what cheap. I was thinking of.
That's pretty
Walmart pushes maintenance hard because they don't like inspections. Nothing special to look out for.
Yeah. Walmart real strict.
Thanks for all your explanations. Insurance is another issue before passing the requirements by JB Hunt.
Yeah, just get 10-4, man. Tell them I sent
you. Shoot. Lone Mountain got it all right there before you leave. You ain't got it, they got it for you. They got a fuel card for you if you ain't got one. They got
it's gonna be all
for
cheap
if you ain't got one.
Told you my insurance only like $200, literally $205
a month.
Yep, a month.
Yeah.
And then I pay for my plates and everything, so I don't have no deductions coming out my settlement.
I'm paying a little bit more than what you are, but the private side of my insurance, I only pay like $140 something bucks a month for it. So
I pay $155.
What state are your plates out of, Highway?
Out of Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, when they
You
got my
got your
own
own
plates.
plates?
Yup, yeah. So I can beat all the deductions out. All I got is the trailer fee for their trailer for one of them. That's really it. And my ELD, small stuff.
Have you looked into buying a trailer?
I got a trailer. I got a
Do you?
reefer trailer. So yeah, I haul with the reefer sometimes. Depend on what it is, but I'm probably gonna go and buy this trailer from Penske. I mean, not Penske Rider. They only want like 2,000 down. It's a newer Great Dane.
So Freedom, just to explain this to you, let me get back to it here. Hold on a second. It is good to have your own license plate or take it under JB Hunt. So that's really up to you. If you put your own license plate and you get your own insurance, if JB Hunt isn't a place where it's good for you and you want to move the truck, guess what? You don't have to go through all the bullshit of getting the shit switched over. The
Yes,
plates,
sir.
the insurance, every time you move to another company, you got to get all that shit. So if you have the money to get your own plates and get your own insurance, I strongly suggest you doing it because that's the way I'm going to do it next time. Do plates have to be from your home state for semis?
No,
Yeah, they do.
no, they don't.
If he's
If you put it
registered
on,
on it,
yeah, if you registered under your company, they don't obviously.
yeah,
But if you buy it on your own, yes, it has to be on your own home state.
yeah, because you got to go into the office. You got to go into your DMV
That's right.
and
Is that
register
what
it.
you're
So
talking about,
it's got to
18?
match it.
There's services for that. There's
Yeah, you can
services
do it
for
now.
everything. They got
But
people.
but your LLC, wherever your LLC is out of, that's
Uh-huh.
where your place is gonna come from
That's right.
too.
Well,
So yeah,
well. We know the big companies. They're
out of
not like
Indiana
that.
because it's cheaper,
Buddy,
like JB
Yeah,
Hunt.
you're not
Like
a big company though. You can't do that. You know what I'm
don't
saying?
matter. Just follow
You're
their
not a big
footsteps.
company. You're not a big company. You get your PO box in Indiana, and guess what? You got Indiana plates. It don't work like that,
Listen,
man. You're not a
my
big
mama
company. They all
says
have
I'm a big
terminals in those
My mama
states.
yeah, they
says
got a
I'm a
term.
big company.
If you got a
Okay.
house there in Indiana and you got an actual Indiana license or you know what I'm
Just
saying
get
Yeah.
an
or
apartment.
ID, yeah, you can go get an ID without canceling out your driver's license
Why
from
is
Indiana.
Indiana? Why do they all get them from Indiana? What's the big deal with that?
They taxes are way
It's
cheaper.
a
I got an
tax.
LLC out of Indiana. It's only $300. So that's why it's way cheaper.
Your plates were only $300 out of Indiana.
If you now
His
your place is gonna
LLC.
be 700. My LLC was 300
So how
out of
much are your
Indiana.
plates? How much are your plates?
The plates are $700 $800 out of Indiana.
And
Way
that's where you
cheaper
got yours.
from nah, mine right on the truck I got is 15 from Texas from Indiana.
Okay.
On my other international it's 700.
Okay.
It's like 753.
So it's 2,500 in Florida, just to let you know.
It's
Ooh, man.
1,700.
It's
Yeah,
25, buddy. I
Shit.
called the other day.
it's not 25.
2,500.
It's
Huh?
17, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I got my
1,700 a year.
because I've had my own authority and my place were what 1548.
Yeah, about 1,700 bucks.
I went and
And
got them
another
right there
thing
in
we gotta,
Tallahassee.
another thing we gotta learn about the DMV. They don't know jack squat about commercial vehicles.
Yeah.
So
You talking like a
so
portion
you gotta
plate,
know
or you
your
were talking
stuff
about
when you
full
going in there,
plates to go
because
A
everywhere?
portion.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
Yeah,
know
a
what you
portion.
gotta know, because they don't know
Bro.
jack squat about what you got going on. They don't know nothing about commercial. You end up
Shit,
paying
20.
sales
Yeah.
tax when you ain't never had to in the first place. You don't want to be
Yeah.
that guy.
So now I
Do
see what
y'all
happened. The LT Mafia ganged up on Country and pushed him out because he drives a Turbine Suburban.
that's a new one.
We
Turbine
didn't kick him
Suburban.
out. He been up since the crack of dawn, man.
yeah,
So you can get your
That's what we
LLC
gonna
in any
prevent.
state. From what I
that's correct.
understand,
You
I,
can.
I thought you had to have your LLC in the state where your license is.
Like I
No,
said, there's
no.
services for that.
That's false. No, you can register your LLC pretty much anywhere. You can get, you can get the cloud addresses. You can register. That's just like Cloud Trucks. They out of California, but they got a cloud address out of Dallas. So it's just you can have your LLC wherever. You know, they did their authority out of Texas because California authorities, when you book and freight, a lot of brokers don't like to work with California trucking companies.
And
So
on
yeah, you
top
can
of
do your
that,
LLC anywhere.
they're that rule that they got over there, you can't have company drivers and all this crap. So
Yeah, you
makes it
can't have
a
years,
whole lot
certain
harder.
ages. You can't have
Even
trucks that's certain ages too.
because I know over here at Landstar they don't lease they don't lease owner operators who live in Florida. Most trucking companies nowadays do not lease owner operators out of Florida because of that AB5 law. So
You mean out of California?
if you
You
live in,
said Florida.
you got to get a different. Yeah, my bad.
You said Florida.
California, because of AB5, you gotta live outside of California, have an address outside of California, or at least on.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's a couple other states as well too that they do that with too. So
Yeah. That's why that's exactly why a lot of companies do certain stuff. They be based out of California and they'll swap,
I
you know,
still like
somewhere else.
the Turban Suburban, the white Volvo Mafia.
he's
That's
got a
funny.
Freightliner.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious, man. The Turban Suburban. Blind Patty, you're the best, man. Oh man, that's funny. You can get main plates without an address. They're or an LLC based there. Wow.
I see a lot of trailers have main plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you because it's that's there's a reason for that. Like it's a reason why why all the trailers come out of Maine, like the plates, way cheaper. That's just like if you buy a car and you use it and you go get your plates registered for your regular vehicle out of Montana. You don't pay none of all them extra taxes and all that stuff.
How the hell do you get away with that when you don't live there in
See,
You
Montana?
that's
learn how, right?
it's all cloud addresses. So like you can get a cloud address for pretty much
We
all this
live
stuff,
in
and
a
you don't have to have
capitalist
your
society, bro.
yeah, and you don't gotta have your driver's license can be from a different state, like long as you show that you got a proof of residency for like I guess the address you find. But it's companies that'll do it for you though, just
Like I
like
said,
it is
what
with
I said
trucking.
Yeah.
earlier, there's services for that,
Well,
man.
let
We
me
live
tell
in
you
a
what,
capitalist society. It means
it's hard
anything
to
freaking goes
it's
on TV.
hard to get a
It's illegal.
It's hard to get a Florida driver's license right now and to claim residency. There's lots of steps you got to go through. I don't know if I would ever want to give it up again. It's hard. It's really hard.
I
Me
wouldn't
moving
if you
me
got it, I
moving
wouldn't
back
change it.
to Florida from Kansas, man, it was hard. I mean, you had to have so many pieces of mail and you had to have a
Yeah, man,
lease,
that
all
shit is
kinds
so
of
damn.
crap.
Even with changing your own damn address is freaking annoying here, man. That's why people don't. You just don't tend to do it. You'll go whole 10 years without ever changing your driver's license just because. It's annoying. I
So
even
here's a
thought
question:
about.
when you do a portion taxes report, is there any difference between your own or JB Hunt? I'm
I
assuming apportioned
wouldn't
plates,
know.
maybe.
Yeah, that's what I can only think. It's just a price difference.
The Indian and the Indian and Pakistani snow Mexicans all drive Cascadias coming into the Northeast from Canada, so hence the name Turban Suburban. Yeah, I got you, man. The Pakistani snow Mexicans. Oh,
That's a
man,
new one. That's
that's a
crazy.
lot of words coming into that one, man. I don't know about you guys, man, but we've been on here for 3 hours, over 3 hours. I'm beat.
What do you? Well, before we head out, man, what's the plan for this week, fellas?
Uh, make money.
Well, no
I'm
shit,
running.
Sherlock.
I'm running hard all the way up until Wednesday of next week, and I'm going home for Thanksgiving. That's
Yup,
my.
yup.
I'm
I'm
gonna
already loaded.
I've
run
been
hard for
sitting
the
at
next
home
10 days
too long.
or
I think
so,
I'm
and
gonna skip
heading home.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Well,
My
you haven't
first.
been out for a while. That's why you're skipping Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I've been out
more
on
than
the
likely
road
I'm
for
gonna skip
4
it.
weeks this time.
Bro,
It's
and you in
just
Florida,
another day
you
now
probably ain't
because
getting no good food anyways, man.
nobody ever does anything for Thanksgiving anymore. Everybody just
You
from Halloween straight to Christmas.
you ain't getting
Forget
no
all
good
about Thanksgiving.
you ain't getting no good food out there in Florida anyways.
Are you kidding
Listen,
me?
the family right
Jeez.
here, man. My family
Yeah.
is right here, man. If
Your
I want to
family
go
from
get me
Florida
some
cooking
good
good?
food, they're in
Yeah.
Atlanta, but still, you know.
We're
Okay.
glad you caught her live too,
Mhm.
railroader. Your mom's favorite railroader. Yeah, that's my plan. Run for the 10 days or so, and try to go home Wednesday-ish or so, Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
I
I'll
Be
be in
home
mean, I
for
feel like
Chicago
coming
Thursday. And
back.
at the
There's
crib.
always a load coming back to Florida playing dubiously well. So that's the problem with Florida, man. It's always some coming back paying well. Going out,
Oh,
it's a
bro.
different story.
Easy to get in now. Clickbait.
I'm curious to.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
curious to see how.
the
I'm
clickbait
curious.
state. That's what I'm gonna start calling Florida from now on. The clickbait state.
I'm curious to see how freight's going to be coming out after Thanksgiving on Black Friday, because that's
Yeah.
kind of when I want to come back out, is on Friday or early Saturday morning. I'm curious to see how it's going to be. How are you running, Steve? You're probably going to be home all that weekend, aren't you?
Yeah, he flatbed, man. Ain't
it,
afraid out there.
oh,
Weekends and holidays, but they don't got no work.
oh, okay. Well, keep believing that while
he
I'm
said
working,
they
man.
are.
What you
What are you
holding up?
showing there? What is that?
What's that? I see.
That's Amazon, man.
What's that contract?
Yeah.
What that contract?
Yeah.
Well, like 2 weeks. I see that one say 100 and something up there. Is that what it says?
241,000, but that's for 5 trucks. The other one was 28,000, one truck, 7 weeks.
7 weeks straight.
Yeah.
7 weeks for 28. Is that
28,000.
What is that?
Man.
What run is that?
That's it's on Amazon Relay.
You make $28,000 in 5 weeks? Is that what you said?
7.
Yeah, in 7 weeks. 7 weeks.
You just run for them and that's it, huh?
Yup. Yeah, you run the 3 blocks. They got a week.
What board is that on?
It's on
That's
Amazon Relay.
Relay.
I've
That's
never
what
heard of that before.
Yeah, Amazon. I got my own authority, so I just don't run it. I just got to go in the background to everything look right to me, and I just be checking on the rates and
I wonder
stuff.
if F2F does that.
Well, that's what I'm
F2F,
trying to find out.
they don't have relay. You got to ask them though, because they might have it now. They didn't have it when I was there.
Okay.
Just like they didn't
Murphy
have
does it.
JB
So,
Hunt load
all
board,
right. So
but they got it now.
I'm confused. So what do? You run straight for them for 7 weeks and they pay you 28 grand.
Yup.
And how many runs do you do for them? How does that work? How many miles are you
It's
driving?
so breaking that all the way down out the week. I think it's like this one. Let me look. I think it's like 2,100 miles. It's 3 blocks. And so you got 3 loads that you run throughout that week, and it got a map showing you exactly where you going to, and
Can
pretty
you
much
run
that's all
loads
it
in
is.
between that?
Is that pretty
So
decent money?
it all depend on it's
You
good
can
money.
run loads
Yeah,
in
so
between that, right?
yup. You can run loads in between, but it's like it's kind of going basically so it's gonna preoccupy up to like this one every week is gonna preoccupy 37 hours. So 37 hours for each week. That's what it's gonna take up, and then it'll show you how you gonna run it. It's gonna show you what states you're gonna go to, and where you're gonna pick up and drop off at, pick up, drop trailers and stuff like that, pretty much. And it's a solo run, so like I said, I'll go up and I'll go down.
So how much a mile are you making doing that?
So you will have to break it. Let me see. It won't show you. It's just gonna show you how much money you make,
Okay.
and you will have to break that down for yourself. So like it'll tell you your mileage, and you just break it down. So if you put 2,100 in for the week, for the 7 weeks, and then you getting paid $28,728.
So that's $4,000 a week, basically, is what you're getting paid.
Okay, for
right?
sure. Yeah,
Yes. 28 divided by 7 is 4,000.
and you only run a 2,100 miles. So if you just put your fuel in, you making some decent money. You could depend. It just depends.
So Freedom USA says, me too. I just got some encouragement by this channel to pre-apply for owner-operator position in JB Hunt and consider KW truck from Lone Mountain. I
They
don't
come
know
with
who
the
told you.
Packard.
Yeah, I don't know who told you to apply for owner-operator position at JB Hunt. None of us even said anything about JB Hunt.
I think
I'm assuming that's a troll thing.
I
Yeah.
think just talking about
If
it, I guess that's what.
I wouldn't go to JB Hunt.
If you be honest, come over here where I'm at, man. Same day pay.
Where you at?
I'm at BMAC.
JB Hunt is poot. Blind Patty says, been running around the Keystone for the past week and doing less than 300 miles a day, moving on an average 2 loads a day, all over $4 a mile. Lots of fly loading, but only burned 100 gallons and no tolls.
Where's the Keystone?
I think that's Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but where's Keystone State at?
If it's in Pennsylvania, you ain't paying no tolls, man.
That
It's
can't be
been
right
taking
because
all them back
Pennsylvania's
roads.
got all kinds of tolls.
That's what I'm
Can't be.
saying. Maybe he's out west.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it got to be out west because that turnpike in Pennsylvania will eat you up.
Because when you say Keystone, I'm thinking about Keystone Pipeline, and I'm pretty sure that's somewhere out west.
Yeah, Keystone State is Pennsylvania. I just looked it up.
Shit.
I thought that was the Liberty State, but that could be.
You're
wrong,
thinking
too.
of Philadelphia, man. Liberty City. You can avoid PA tolls.
No,
Do it
Liberty
every
City
week.
is Miami. You ever played Grand Theft Auto, man?
That's
Man.
your video games, man. Newman says you can avoid PA tolls. He does it every week. That's some hard calculations to do that. I tried doing that one time, and I found myself climbing mountains with a 13 speed. I'll never do that again.
Sometimes
in your-
it's just not worth it.
I was in your favorite truck there, 18, doing that.
What?
My Lone Star.
Oh, that's not my favorite truck.
I know, I'm
It's
being
the most
sarcastic.
horrible, ugliest truck I ever met on this goddamn planet, man.
You're the only
Man.
person I know that thinks that truck is old or ugly. That
It's
truck
the-
is badass.
The Lone Star?
Yeah, you
Ugly
guys
as
like the
shit.
Lone Star looks? Either one of you all?
It reminds me of the truck from Maximum Overdrive, bro. The movie.
You talk. I know what you're talking about.
The International Lone Star, the one with the big chrome
Yeah. With
and the
all
twin
of the.
stacks.
It look.
That shit ugly
It
as
look.
fuck.
You don't like it?
It's cool. It's cool. I don't think.
I think it's awesome, man.
It's cool. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't drive one.
I
It's
don't. I
cool,
probably
but you
drive
wouldn't drive one.
it. I drive it. I ain't gonna. I drive anything. So.
That was a badass truck, man. That thing rode like a Cadillac.
No, a W9 is a badass truck.
Okay.
That thing is a horrendous piece of shit. That's why they never sell most of them.
All right, guys. Why don't we end this little live, man? We get some rest. Going on 3
All right,
hours and
folks.
16 minutes.
Hopefully, I get my keys tomorrow, man.
Thanks for coming in, Love. Highway
Ain't no problem.
18.
No, always, man.
It was good. Hopefully, Country got you relaxing in his Turban Suburban. Running between Carlisle, Bloomsburg, and Woodland, and I run all the non-tow roads in Pennsylvania, has lost of fine back roads. Loading in Youngstown in the morning, right back up to Carlisle. Newman, what is a better company do you recommend for owner-operator?
Anybody but JB Hunt.
Yeah, anybody but JB Hunt right now.
No, because then if you say anybody, that means Super Ego's in play. And Super Ego should never.
But he can't take his truck over there. He can't take it. See, he good. He can't take the truck.
I got to tell you the truth. I'd go to Schneider before I'd go to JB Hunt in this position now. With the line and the backstabbing they've done lately.
Hey, Swift is a good place to take your truck. I'm just saying.
I feel like Swift is a good place to take a truck. I feel like JB Hunt kind of did you wrong. I don't feel like they should talk about nothing you got going on with nobody else. I seen that on the last live.
You talking about mine?
Yeah, I don't think they should talk about like with anybody else, like to somebody else about you. Nah, that's wrong.
Well, you know who it was, right? Did you hear earlier me talking about it?
Nah.
It was somebody high up the corporate ladder, JB Hunt, that put that out there. I got that from a very good source that he runs a troll account.
Oh, okay.
I can mention some names here, but I don't want to get called into court over stupid shit. See, he even says Schneider. Mitch Collins does. If you don't, I mean, F2F, Landstar, Schneider. I mean, all those companies are good. Mercer's good. I mean, it just depends on what you really want to do, man. You know, we all have
drop a hook.
Yeah.
You have to drop
we all
has the lanes near your house that can help.
We all have different reasons of why we're at the companies we're at. You know, it's just a matter of what you want to do.
Whichever one has the best terminals and the showers, man. That's the truck. That's the company you want to go see.
Oh yeah.
That'll be Landstar.
At least you know it's Landstar. Yeah, you're right.
Landstar
Schneider.
has small man. Landstar don't got as much terminals as man. Shoot, When I was
Tell
with
18
Swift, man,
people
I was
say
at a
it's me.
terminal every other day, man. I could pass by any. I never had to go to a truck stop to take a shower. Never had to wash my clothes out on the road. That's the one thing that I liked
That
about
was a
Swift,
good thing
man.
about Swift, man. 38
Swift,
terminals, dude.
it
Man,
was 40 something.
I need to work
man.
up.
Yeah, every other day I'm at a terminal, bro. You can wash your clothes. Oh, you got showers available. You really somewhere to park, except for the Northeast. But other than that,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Swift got a pretty
Drop
good
a hook.
layout. Just that cents per mile is wild, bro.
All right, guys, why don't we end the live here?
All right.
Thanks for coming in, guys. Y'all got any comments or
Sure,
anything you
man.
want to say?
Shit, nothing,
All
man.
right, man. Y'all have a good one.
I'll be
man.
watching your video. I'll be watching your videos, love, for sure, man. Yup. I've been
I
watching yours for a
appreciate that.
minute.
I'm finna
Yeah,
make
you
sure
got
I
good
hit
content,
that
bro. I'm
subscribe
always,
on you, man.
matter of fact, yep.
For
That
sure,
video
man.
you just put out, I need to go watch that. So James said he just got the
Indeed.
notification, so I guess it just
Right.
came out.
He about 2 days late on that one, but he
18,
got
you
it
need
though.
to make sure you dropping your footage too, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
for
a
You keep
video
sure.
right now that
procrastinating.
I got a video baking right now, man. It'll be out in a couple days. It'll
For
be out in
sure.
a couple days. Y'all take care. Have a good
All right,
night.
guys.
All
Y'all
right.
have a good night, guys.
All right, man.
Later
Y'all
on.
too. For
Bye.
sure.
Yep.